I bet you guys didn't expect us to start on time. We're just talking
live.
about that. Hello. Hello, everyone. Hello,
Hello.
Chris.
It's been a while since I've been, I had a Holy Week in the Orthodox Church, and then I got sick, and then it was Greek festival at my church, which is like, man, we sling some euros. I was at the beer tent because I brew a special beer for Easter called Tomb Rocker, and that was a hit. But I worked like 30 plus hours in 3 days. It was like 34 hours in 3 days, and I crashed.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
So I'm glad to be back. It's been a while, and then we got the Night Owl crew here tonight.
Yeah, it's great that you're back too. Very good to have you. Let's see
Thank
who's
you.
here right now. We have Super Mario Brothers 3, who is first in the chat tonight. Pastor of Muppets is here. We also have Noise Guru. And I think, yep, Angels Don't Fall, Michael Fontaine, Pushing Buttons, Jency. I think that's it right now that I can see. Good to see you guys.
But if you stream it, they will come.
Yes, they need that alert that we're live. And I know there's a few lurkers. Come say hi, guys. There's only 10 of you watching right now. We're waiting for Jeff still, but we can definitely get started. But Michael Fontaine says last night was fun. It was a very different show. It was very fun. It was a show I had not planned whatsoever. So I don't know if you know, Chris. I came on here last night to tell him the show was postponed until tonight, and instead ended up having a 2-hour show with Michael Russum, Michael Fontaine, and Mr. Super Sidewinder.
That's a nice surprise. I did see your note about that earlier, but I didn't get the chance to watch it, so I don't know what all went down.
Oh, it's okay. It was just talking about theories. At the very end, I showed an older Mandela effect. At the very end. But I had to cut it because I was looking at the time, and I'm also thinking about how, I only have 20 hours.
Oh, right. You got to, what's the word for that?
Limited.
You got a quota. I don't know. I can't think of the right word. You got to dole it out, partition it through the month, distribute
Correct.
Carefully. Yeah.
Yes. So
rationing.
Yes, I have to ration my time. That's a great word. Yes. Someone posted a link, but I can't click links in StreamYard. Real quick. It doesn't even let me copy it. There's the link, but I can't. It's a short. And I can't even look at it because I can't copy it. I can't do anything. If someone wouldn't mind, Noise Guru, Pushing Buttons, Super Mario's email. But if Noise Guru, Pushing Buttons, Michael Fontaine, someone would copy that link and send it to me on Messenger. Angels Don't Fall. If you're on Messenger, send it to me. Then I can see it. But I can't do anything from the chat.
I just posted, that was a little chaotic. I opened that in another tab, and it was like a pastor at a whiteboard talking about the Lion and the Lamb while there's like a heavy metal song going on over the top of it.
Oh, copyright. So if you can share it, mute it so I don't get a copyright. Welcome, Dunno. Dunno just showed up in the chat. Or is it Dunno?
I don't know.
Well, good morning, Dunno. Thank you for spending your morning with us. 7:24 a.m. in the Netherlands. Wow.
Whoa, rise and shine.
Yeah, that is early. Well, I don't need the link now, but thank you, Pushing Buttons, because Chris McGee was able to pull the link.
That was the Angels Don't Fall link, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think Jency just posted it again.
It's a Bible Mandela short.
Like
on
I said,
the Lion and the Lamb.
Before you share, just make sure the sound is off.
Oh, you were talking to me?
Yes, yes.
I'm terrible at this co-hosting job.
Okay. Can't call it a job if I'm not paying you.
Well, I don't think it'll really mean anything if it's muted, because you got to hear what he's saying. So otherwise, it'll just look like a guy at a whiteboard.
Oh, I see. All right. Well, then we'll talk over it.
Maybe save that for later. Like
yeah, right.
Personal consumption.
Yes, we'll save that for later when they're less likely to strike me for playing music.
I'm not sure what the song was, but.
Hey, Ryu, welcome. Ryu says recently wineskins are in other versions of the Bible, while the KJV still has bottles. In your Bible, Chris, does it have wineskins or bottles?
I've never heard bottles except for the bottles is the change. I think they've always all been wineskins.
Wait, so yours says bottles as well?
The KJV says bottles, but that's what's creepy. That's a change.
Yeah.
And KJV, as everybody knows, is the most changed. It's just all over the place. It's like a mess. And who's ever heard of old wine? You don't put new wine in old bottles. Who's ever heard that?
I don't know. I don't recall bottles. I remember it was wineskins, but I'm saying that they had ceramic, like they made clay pots and stuff, but not bottles.
Right.
And I'm very disturbed by Sagar and Mandela Effects put out a video that Adam was married before Eve. They removed it from the Bible. Like around the 3rd century, I believe. He was married to Lilith.
Yeah, that's an old apocryphal thing. That's you'll find that in some legends and whatnot. That's never been in the Bible. I think that's not part of the Genesis manuscript, but that idea is out there.
Mm-hmm. The other idea is that the trees, the fruit that Eve ate, that we remember being an apple, the fruit of the tree was Satan. So basically, Eve cheated on Adam with Satan. She didn't eat anything.
What?
Uh-huh.
I've never heard that one.
Yeah. And that's why Cain and Abel. Well, apparently, you guys have got to check out Sagar and Mandela Effects' video on this. Because he found that in real life, a woman can get pregnant by 2 different men at the same time. I thought only animals could. Like cats could have a litter with cats from 2 different fathers. But apparently it can happen to human females now. And that's what happened with Cain and Abel. Apparently. that Cain was Satan's son and Adam's son was Abel.
Okay, so I did just recently in this last week listen to. So I've been listening to an audiobook by a very fantastic biblical scholar. His name is Dr. Michael Heiser, and he's pretty much the authority on reading the Old Testament in its ancient Near Eastern context. I was reading his book called Demons, which is sort of an explication of all the biblical bad guys. This was in the Q&A chapter on common misconceptions. He brought up this one about, was Cain fathered by the devil or something like that? So apparently that's out there somewhere. And you can kind of there's like one very late midrash midrash is like rabbi commentary on the Old Testament. So there's one that's kind of like pretty late, like, hundreds of years AD or something like that. That has some speculation on that idea because there's some so the Genesis verse talking about how Cain was born says, Eve is talking and she's like, oh man, it's something like, with God's help, I have begotten a child or something like that. It's like giving credit to God for having a good pregnancy, basically. And so some other people have kind of found a few verses and read. There's just a lot of evidence. There's not very good evidence for this interpretation that means like, but I'm sketchy. I'd have to look it up. But basically, Dr. Michael Heiser in his book Demons debunks this idea completely and convincingly, based on multiple texts in the Old Testament. This idea that Cain is a son of Satan, and well, it's just like how Jesus calls the Pharisees like a brood of vipers, and your father is Satan, because not that he literally fathered them, but that they're following his path or whatever, like it's like that's your authority figure, So there's my 5 cents on that. I know that's all kind of vague. It's hard to on the spot reproduce a scholarly conversation,
Yeah, it's okay. It's still
but
interesting.
What is this channel? Who is this that's
it's Jose Martinez, Sidearm Mandela effects.
Sidearm Mandela
Sag, like Sagittarius arm. Sag arm.
Oh, right, Sagittarius arm. Okay, yeah, I'll have to look into that.
I'm actually adding it to the description right now because it's allowing me to.
It's funny. I'm realizing, because I'm involved in the Mandela effect community, I'm also involved in the UFO alien topic. I have to learn my Bible better, because you can't spend 5 minutes in either of these communities without someone bringing up God and the Bible and theology. We're all doing theology, whether we know it or not. It's kind of wild. So I got to get, and I have a Master of Divinity. Like, I've been through seminary, but it's reinforcing that I need to, double down and kind of memorize this stuff. So.
Really quickly, welcome Go-Kart Bob and Michael Fontaine. I have too much to cover tonight to have anybody on. I'm sorry, but we have a lot to do tonight. And I do want you to see some things from last week, maybe in Jeff's segment, if you want to start with that. If you want to get in Flickr, and because there were some things I wanted to ask you, but you weren't here to see them.
You want me to? Okay, so let me open Flickr, and
I'll tell you which ones to scroll down to.
in albums?
Yes.
Okay. Wherever you want to start is fine with me.
Okay, well, there's some specific things I want to ask you. I want you to see. So if you can scroll down to the News 9 UFOs, it's only 1 photo and 4 videos. Oh, actually, no. The first one is News 9 Meteor UFO Update. I want you to see that. It's kind of hilarious.
Okay.
And guys, I'm
So-
sorry if it's a repeat for you, but it's not for Chris, and I want to get his opinion on this. But if you
Okay.
didn't see it, you'll get to see it.
Whoop.
Welcome, Oiler Greg. Sorry.
Refresh that. Okay.
News 9, and then you're
So,
scrolling down.
I found it. I just got to present it here.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I see you, and I'm adding you in. And we're going to make this full screen. So here, guys, welcome, Wendy B. Sorry, what were you going to say, Chris?
I remember you showing me maybe something relevant to this, like a exploding thing.
This is an update to it.
Weeks
yes.
ago. Okay.
So here's a new type of UFO. I covered a few news segments back. And this is just a refresher for those who haven't seen it.
All right, let's see it. It was funny to hear him actually talking. Should I turn the sound on?
Yeah, if you want.
Whoop.
That's okay. It was shortened. It was just to give people a reminder.
Oh, okay.
So do these look the same to you? This was the man's excuse that skydivers with flares, which sounded really ridiculous. But there are photos of skydivers with flares. But to me, like, there is a video playing in the top left corner.
Oh.
Yeah, you see it? That's like
Right.
a glow. That doesn't. Whereas the flares look like fireworks to me. Do you agree? Or do you think they're the same thing? I'm asking you, Chris.
Oh, that's for the chat. So these are actual road flares or whatever on the top right?
No, the top right are people skydiving with fire coming out of their backpacks, I guess, or their feet.
Yeah.
And I'm asking if you think that looks the same.
No, that would be like a thin, streaky stripe thing.
Not a glow, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I do remember seeing the old video and thinking, well, they all do kind of progressively and continually descend. So gravity seems to be in play, whatever they are, you know.
So we can go on. It's going to show you a new segment, and I want you to pay attention to what they said.
Well, the team tonight is performing our signature pyrotechnics jump, and there's 4 of us that are performing it from about 13,000 feet, and we're going to about 6,500 feet until they go out. We're jumping with 2 world-class photographers, Norman Kent and Craig O'Brien. Norman's out of Florida, and Craig is out of California. So it's for commercial, based out of Australia, and we're the only team in the world that does this, really. So they're using us for this commercial.
Whoa!
All right, pause it.
It's kind of cool to have an organization choose.
Now, they said a couple things that caught my interest, caught my attention. They're the only ones in the world that do it, yet we're seeing these UFOs all over the United States. And there's only 4 of them, I believe they said. Yet, the first one we saw, 3 stopped higher, and then the rest continued to fall. And then 3 stopped again, and the rest continued to fall. In other words, there was much more than 4 people in the UFO videos we saw.
Oh yeah, and who officially took credit for that? Wasn't it supposed to be a military branch?
Yes, and they're the only one, and they're saying they're the only one to do it, and they're private.
Well, but in the original video, after it came out, didn't
They
the
said-
U.S. military group say that was us?
No. Someone on the internet said that the U.S. military does it.
Oh,
The
okay.
U.S. military didn't come out and say that it was
Okay.
them.
Sounds very Iron Man.
Mhm.
We had a training exercise.
Mhm. And this is why I call them man-excuses. The internet trying to explain away Mandela effects.
Are we
So,
finishing this clip here or moving on?
it's literally, you can hit play. It's literally done. It should start over.
Fast tracks and come to Middletown. And yeah, it's good for the community.
Oh, okay. That's it.
Yeah, that's why I said you could stop it.
Okay.
The skydivers look like fireworks to me, while the UFO is more of a fiery glow. And they don't just, I count like 9, or there's 2 in the bottom corner, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. I count 9 in the photo on the left. There's only 4 of them.
They're moving pretty horizontal too.
Mm-hmm. And we've now found them in Florida, Texas, San Francisco. For one company, they're really getting, they're going all over the place.
Like that one in the middle there, now the top is just sitting there.
Yeah.
I
It
don't
is
know
not consistent.
what's up with that. It looks like it's floating.
It is not consistent with skydiving, in my opinion.
I don't know. Is the chat weighing in? I don't know what to think of this one.
The truth is out there. We come in peace. Angels Don't Fall says, I used to pick up my girlfriend right off of base in 20. Oh, Jeff's here.
All right.
Hey, Jeff.
Hey, what's up?
We're going over the UFO
Welcome.
stuff from last week, so that your segment from last week said Chris could weigh in on the UFO stuff.
Okay, cool.
And then we'll get into your new segment.
Stoked for that.
So this one we can remove. And now you're going to go up to News 9 UFO UAP.
Okay. All right. Let's find that one.
Yay, Jeff made it. Good to see you.
Yeah, it should have been a lot earlier.
It's okay.
Wasted a lot of time. Had fun, but wasted a lot of time. Wasn't good.
News 9 UFOs.
Yep. That would be it. Just let me know when you're ready with the first one. Good to go?
Yep.
Oh, I just hit the wrong button. There we go. There we go. I don't think there's much reading, but if there is, feel free, Chris.
UFOs/UAPs.
How what that fucking thing is. I'm trying to zoom in. What the fuck?
They're moving up.
What the
Yep.
fuck? Dude. It's gone.
What?
How
was
what that fucking thing is.
So what do
Trying
you
to zoom
think,
in.
Chris?
I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
It's moving upwards, and it's like a glowing orb.
Mhm.
So I would say that's unidentified.
Yep, that's unidentified.
Don't know beyond that, but that's not normal.
Nope. Jeff, people are saying hi to you in the chat. Jency says hi. I think Jeff's muted. So
What?
this one we debunked. I said Jency said hi in the chat.
Well, I already said hi to Gen C and the rest of the chat.
Okay, awesome.
This is CGI.
No, not CGI. The sound said this was Los Angeles. I think it's a prop for a movie.
Hmm.
It is.
I mean, if they were really driving down the street, they'd have it covered with a tarp at least.
Yep.
I mean, but imagine you're driving and this thing goes past you. That's we got half a UFO here.
Plus, that's not what they look like. I saw a UFO. It's not like that at all.
Oh, what'd you see?
It was like round with blinking lights in the middle. Very big, very low to the ground. So I know I saw something I'd never seen before. It was in 1995. It was on a isolated kind of area down the street from a friend's house. And I was driving with my ex-girlfriend and my friend. And we all saw it, and we all got scared. I kind of wish I would have stopped the car.
Don't stop the car.
But yeah, it was big with lots of blinking lights. And like it had a top part and had a bottom part and the lights in the middle. And it was making kind of a galactic kind of sound.
Whoa.
So, yeah, we definitely thought we saw a UFO that night.
So the galactic sound was like a hum? Because a lot of people describe kind of like, you know, the sound of amplifier when the guitar jack isn't plugged in, like a low hum. Was it like that, or was it something else?
It was like something else, but I can't describe it.
Okay.
Maybe I could try. Okay, kind of like an old video game. Like an old Atari video game kind of sound.
That's wild.
like you would see in or you would hear in like one of those space games.
Like a whoosh whoosh, like a whoosh whoosh sound where it goes back and forth.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
I saw one in my backyard with my stepdad.
Backyard?
Yeah, triangular shape with three red lights, no sound at all.
Oh wow.
Were they had three, one on each corner?
Yeah, red lights. Didn't
Like
glow
circles?
they were just glowing. They weren't blinking. And we could make out the shape because of those lights. And it just hovered
Silently?
silently. There was no sound at all.
That sounds like the classic TR3B description right there.
What is that?
Well,
Yeah, help me.
according to the lore, that's one of ours.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. No
That's
sound at all.
Back
It took off
engineered
pretty fast.
alien reproduction vehicle built by the, I believe, what's it called? The Astra or something like that? U.S. military contractor. That's the legend anyway.
We do have an Air Force base near us, Willow Grove.
But yeah, the black triangles with the one orange or red circle in each corner potentially might be human made.
Interesting.
Could have been what I saw too. I mean, UFO is an unidentified flying object. That doesn't mean it's from space.
Right.
That's true. It's just unidentified and flying.
Right. I'd like to think it was. It's cool to think that, but I don't know. Could have been a government vehicle. Could have been anything.
Yeah. All right. We got more?
This object was spotted, filmed, and photographed by dozens of people over LaGuardia Airport in New York City. Yeah, they even showed it on several different news channels, not just locally in New York, but national news too. So this thing, which is obviously a UFO because it's unidentified, it's flying, and it's an object, was seen by hundreds of people, including pilots, and no one knows what it is. So something like this can just fly over an airport in the United States, virtually undetected, and nobody knows what it is, or at least nobody's saying what it is. I'm using the still photos of this thing instead of the video because it's easier to see the shape and what this looks like, and I can't tell what it is. It's got no wings, so how can it be a plane? I'm telling you, there is strange stuff going on right now in our lives all over the world. And almost all of it have videos, photos, dozens or hundreds of witnesses of it. Let me know what you think of this object that was just spotted over New York. Tell me in the comment section, Booshkies. And like I said, I don't know what it is, but there's definitely some shenanigans going on. Shabadoo, Booshkies. This object.
Yeah, I love his personality. Welcome, Mustard Seed of Faith.
That was great.
Yeah, he's funny. I like him.
Yeah. So he's Joe Gillespie the Great, I believe.
And is this actually a recent video?
Yes.
Although if I was giving him advice, I would say don't wear cheese on your head if you're trying to convince somebody of something.
This is
Someone said he also wears tinfoil hats too. He switches up.
really
Even worse.
he's not lending credibility to the topic, but it might be edibility.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's making him memorable. He's the guy with cheese on his head. Oh yeah, I know him. You know?
I think that looks like a cigar-shaped one.
I don't know. That looks round to me.
Or-
Like I feel like that's like a flat pancake. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, it's definitely cheese on his head.
that's U.S. Reproduction vehicle on top of his head right there. The cheese triangle.
I don't understand why there's a hole in the front of the cheese.
Swiss
That's
cheddar.
what I've been trying to figure out. Like, is that a place to hold a beer in front of your face? I don't understand.
Yeah.
Maybe you can flip it upside down, put a drink and a bowl of popcorn.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, I know in Wisconsin, they have a ton of cheese stuff like that. Like hats, things to hold your popcorn and a drink. Anything they can to put to make out of cheese they do. So.
I
But
think
you
I
can
might
go
have
on.
come across rumblings about a LaGuardia sighting, and there's a famous O'Hare sighting in the mid-2000s, I want to say. So it's not the first time something like this happened over a big airport.
Oh, no. Yeah, I have heard of others. Hey, Cuberts, welcome. Oh, this is something we covered.
What?
Yeah, I really do think that this is a video edit, and I'm going to explain to you why.
Yeah.
Look at the shadow on the floor. You don't see the bars, but you see the big sides. You see the
Say that
sides of
again?
the door. The shadow on the floor. You see the sides of the door, but you don't see the bars.
Oh, wait. I wish I could
Hit
make
pause.
that bigger.
Just hit pause. So, oh wait. Well, I would pause it after the dog runs towards the. Let it play. Let the dog run for the ball. Before you pause it there. So you can see the bars reflecting where the sides of the door is. But there's no bars reflecting in between.
No, I can see the middle bars.
You can?
Yeah. Like they don't extend the whole way. But
Because he does hop over that. Look, watch. He hops. He hops over it.
really? Oh yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
He jumps over some little barrier, but he walks right back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean it's probably an edit.
Yes. But that is the end of last week's, and now we can get into Jeff's this week's. Jeff, I did something different this week.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I put them all in one folder, so you can just move to the side.
Oh, good.
Figured that'd be easier.
Yeah. Thanks.
It's also easier to organize it. So, Jeff, if you wouldn't mind presenting and finding News 10. The date News 10.
I just want to say that dog video reminds me of a weird glitch in the Matrix picture I saw once that freaked me out. I don't know if anyone else has seen this, but it was like a tree that had fallen in someone's backyard.
Mm-hmm.
and it had fallen through a fence. It was between the bars of a fence, but hadn't broken the fence.
Yes, I did see that.
Has anyone seen that one?
Like it almost grew through the fence.
But it was fallen.
But it was a fallen tree, yes.
Yeah, it was like a grounded tree. And again, I mean, someone could have just edited the fence in, I guess, but the thing broke my brain. You know, it looked like it fell, it passed right through, just like the dog just did.
We're going to be talking about, really quickly, we're going to be talking about Jose again. But before we get into Jeff, we have to do his intro. So let's do his intro. Jeff, are you ready?
Yeah.
Look what we're talking about again.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Remember the woman on the plane recently, Jose Martinez, Sajar Mandela effect, made a video on demon face disorder.
Now, if you missed that video, I will link it in the description as well after the show.
Called "There's No Way I'm Reading That Word" or PMO.
I believe it's prosopometamorphosia.
I couldn't say that if I tried.
Let me give it to you in Greek. Prosopometamorphosis.
We'll just call it P-morph.
Yeah, P-morph.
Or PMO. Just call it PMO.
PMO, yeah. I like P-morph. It makes people perceive faces distorted like a demon. It can affect whole faces or just one side of the face, but no one in the public heard about this disorder until last year.
By the way, that Greek word literally translates to face transformation.
Well, at least they named the disorder correctly.
It never existed, says Gen C. Well, I guess we don't have to show it then.
This is weird and wild. I saw this on Twitter like a month ago or so.
I've never seen this. If Plain Girl was experiencing PMO, why just one person? Why not everyone? And she isn't the only one.
Right.
Hey, so
maybe this guy's correct, which sounds like the more likely scenario to you. Disorder that popped up out of the blue, or two, God is giving us the eyes to see with the demons among us.
Today I experienced something that I've never experienced in my life before. Freaked me out. Thought I was crazy. Still haven't processed it fully. So, as I do every week, twice a week, I make deliveries to the same guy. I've been doing it for 7 months. And it's the same guy every time I walk in. He's got a big garage with like a couple trucks in it. I walk in, I hand him his parts. We talk for a minute. I walk away. I go on my business. Today, I walked in, and he had his back to me, and he was working on his bench. And he must have heard me coming. I don't know, because I was actually pretty quiet, I thought. But when he turned around, I jumped and kind of grabbed my mouth like that because I didn't know what to think. And he laughed a little bit, and he called me jumpy. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm just not feeling very good. And I handed him his part, and I was like, hey, I got to go. The reason I reacted that way is because when I looked at him, he was different. He didn't look like the same guy I saw every other time. First thing I saw was he had no color in his eyes. They were completely black.
Oh.
Like black. Like you couldn't even see reflections. It was just a black mass. And for some reason, his ears were kind of weird, and they had like this little point like that.
Mine have that.
I don't know what that was. Excuse me. But then I was talking to my friend, and he sent me an article about them saying that a new disorder that's coming out where people are starting to see demon faces in people. And it got me thinking, if they're putting something like that out, could it be a disorder, or is it God is actually letting people see demons and they're just trying to make it look like we're crazy? I still can't process it. I can't. I don't know. And like ever since the eclipse, I find it funny. The clouds look different for some reason. I don't know what it is yet. I'm going to figure that one out. But that could be just me being dumb. The other thing I saw, like I have perfect vision. So I don't know what I saw.
Hey, Mr. Super Sidewinder.
If anybody else has ever seen this, can you please let me know, because I'm kind of weirded out right now. Anyway, God bless, love you, take care.
Update, I think.
Hey,
Wow.
so today
You're
I
done this one.
experienced something that I've never experienced in my life before. Freaked
Jeff
me
P
out.
calls it.
Thought I was crazy. Hey,
Yeah, pause. You have something to say?
Well, just look how shaken up he is. I mean, he's on the verge of tears almost, it looks like. You know, like you could tell that was some real raw emotion reaction right there.
I agree, and all of his other previous
traumatized.
videos had nothing to do with this. And now we're going to hear an update. Just listen to the update, and then you can read it, Jeff.
Okay.
so I figured I'd do an update video off the guy I saw with the black eyes, because everybody's asking me for it, and I can't find the other video, so...
Black eyes, did he say, or black guys?
Black
Eyes. The
eyes.
guys. He said the eyes were completely black. No pupil, like the whole eye was black.
Oh, like Biden looks sometimes. I see. Okay.
I have been back there. It was a few weeks ago when the video was made. He requested outside delivery only after the video was made. I've seen other companies going in and out of there, but I'm not allowed in there. There's actually a note on the door that just says my company name, and it says outside only. So, and he's an older gentleman. He doesn't get tattoos. He doesn't have all that cosplay stuff. He doesn't like technology. Unless that changed overnight, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure. So I don't have any physical contact with him anymore, which is fine. He does look out the window at me every so often, and when he does, it's kind of rather creepy, because he sits and stares at me like this. And he never looks mad. He doesn't look happy. He doesn't look sad. Nothing. Just blank stare. And just so you know, I'm not going to take videos of him. I'm not going to take pictures of him. I'm not giving anybody his address or anything. I don't promote violence. I know somebody would try to hurt him. It's not going to happen. So I just wanted to fill everybody in on what happened. If anything else pops up with him, I'll be sure to make a video about it. But until then, that's pretty much all that I got. Hey.
I believe it's too, in this context, the demon doesn't have to be an actual biblical demon either. Could be the ability to see evil, allowing us to see the person for who they are on the inside. His update above is creepy too. That reminds me of that movie.
Which movie?
The one where he puts the glasses on and he sees things differently, and then he takes it
Oh,
off.
yes. They Live. Yes.
They Lived, yeah. The one that lost the exclamation point.
Yeah, his name is Chip Drakenface, which I think is Demon Face. Drakenface. Isn't that? No, it's I. It is Feis. So I don't know. Drachenfeist. What is that in German? Or anyone know German?
Is that German?
Drachenfeist, yeah.
The first part sounds like dragon. Feist, I don't know that word. It's not face. Face is Gesicht. But I think the second video lends credibility because he's, got some distance. There's honestly, he's not reporting that much. It's kind of like I'm not,
What he's talking about, I've seen with politicians. With the eyes suddenly being black. Yes, I see it on Biden once in a while. I see it on Nancy Pelosi once in a while, but not all the time.
That's creepy.
The all black eyes thing is interesting to me.
Only on Democrats, which is fitting.
Hi, Michael Russum.
So, I have, unfortunately, been present at 2 instances of what I believe to be real demon possession in my life. One, when I worked at a ministry that did outreach to homeless men, and then one, which was absolutely shocking, was completely unexpected. It was a roommate of mine. But anyway, the first one, this homeless guy, he was a heroin addict. He was very depressed. There was a darkness around him. When he stayed after one day at the ministry center I worked at, which was a Christian outreach, and we prayed for him and laid hands on him. I didn't know this was going to happen, but all of a sudden, in the middle of the prayers, a different countenance came over him, and he changed completely. Voice changed. His eyes rolled back, and that's why I'm getting to this. Is like his eyes went white. They rolled back, and he made these horrible sounds, and a different voice came out. His arms went up. It was super. It was absolutely traumatizing. He said a bunch of horrible things. But this whole idea of black eyes, I kind of feel like is a recent innovation. The whole black-eyed children, and that it's been portrayed in media that way.
That is not recent. My dad used to subscribe to Fate magazine. When I was a kid, I used to read his magazine subscription. So in the 80s, that's when I first learned about the black-eyed children knocking on doors.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. So that's not too recent. That's 40 years.
Well, okay, but still, like in the total history of the phenomenon of demon possession, it seems to me that the idea of a totally black eye, I don't know if that's widely reported until, kind of late 20th century. I'm just speculating. I don't know for sure. But anyway, you now see it depicted that way a lot. Like I saw that on, they have that in, Key and Peele.
Really quickly, Noise Guru says, Google says Drachenfeist is Welsh for I'm sorry.
Oh, it's Welsh.
And his whole channel is like positivity, and so I can see that. I can see if he made that up for his channel. That does make sense. So, like I said, everything's in one folder, so we're switching topics now, I believe. Okay, this one's a good one. So,
while watching the clip, what color is?
So in the chat, what color dress do you see?
Wait, what?
Wait, it's coming. Yeah, play it again. What color dress do you see?
White.
There's a little bit of a grayish skirt or something.
Well, I gotta tell you, it does look like that to me right now, but it didn't when I first saw it. When I first saw it, it looked blue to me.
It was white for me.
But it is
Mostly
white. You're right.
white.
It looks. Go ahead.
Well, the figure is overall white, and I see a sort of gray ish skirt section. I can't tell what I'm making out there. That's creepy. What is this?
You can go on, Jeff.
Seems like. What is this about? Why is it about the color? Oh,
I swear I saw blue, but it's white. That's right. I saw white.
the bottom right is kind of a little bluish, grayish, lower middle part.
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
This doesn't look like motion blur to me, and if it didn't move, I'd swear it was a mannequin.
Read this to the next slide.
Because this is not human.
Wait, is it 2 people?
No, it's only one.
Well, if you look there's almost one figure embracing a shorter figure, like a taller
no.
guy with its arms around a.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I do see that, but I thought it was like a woman with a dress with a puff that you stick your hands in, or maybe holding a big bouquet of flowers. It's all.
Oh, okay.
But I do see what you're saying. It looks like a boy with dark hair. But that is one of the stills, and that is creepy.
That's super creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
TikTok is outside while ago.
So, do you think this is real, people? In the chat, listen to what he's got to say and watch what he has to show you.
I got my dog throwing a stick. What's up, TikTok is outside? What's up, TikTok is outside while ago? What's up?
Wait, what happened to the clip?
I don't know.
TikTok is outside while ago. I got my dog throwing a stick. We heard a bunch of coming across the street. I figured it was a bunch of locusts or bugs. I don't know, June bugs or something. They flew over our head probably 7-8 feet. One of them hit the pole, and you could hear it on the ground. I thought it was one of those Katie did things. But you tell me, why in the hell?
Wait, who's Katie?
Katie did.
Oh, okay.
We've covered them.
Would this shit right here be flying around?
What?
Somebody please explain to me what the hell that is.
Robot bugs?
Mm-hmm.
And I found out as I was picking it up, if you squeeze that on the end on each end.
Whoa.
That's annoying. I can't play that.
That's horrible.
That'll make my dog go crazy.
Yeah. So, to me, is the government spying on us with little bugs, with the cicada supposed thing happening? And is that like a tracking device with the beeping?
With this administration, I wouldn't put anything past them, so my answer is yes.
I don't know. I just found this creepy. And again, his channel has nothing to do with anything creepy.
Really? So this is a one-off?
It's a one-off. Yep.
That's how you know.
No, that's crazy.
That's what I look for.
We got robot drone bugs.
Mm-hmm.
No, thank you.
It's exactly the kind of thing they would do. Our government in general, not just this administration, our government in general does stuff like this.
Well, I remember people saying that the birds aren't real. Well, the bugs are definitely
That's-
aren't if they look
That's
like
just
that.
stupid. That's too far into the conspiracy realm for me. That's like right with flat Earth. With no,
Well, that whole thing's a
I'm not
joke.
bothered looking into it, it's too stupid for me.
Birds aren't real as a joke.
Yeah,
No, I said, but the bugs apparently are. They are fake. Some of them. That one at least.
this one is. Yeah,
That, you know what, that kind of reminds me of Dune, where there's that little in the first movie, there's that little poison dart thing that's flying around that he catches out of the air before it stings him.
Michael, I'm checking for the email now. But I don't see it. I don't know where you sent it. Mr. Michael Russum said he sent a photo. He's had that demon disorder face thing happen to him, and I can't find it.
I believe most people are probably demons, so that doesn't surprise me.
He's checking. Google's had a lot of problems. See if it says draft. Maybe it didn't go through. All right, we can go on.
Recorded disembodied voice.
Okay. Do you think this
Okay.
is it?
Yeah, guys. All right, first off, really quick, I have to say something before you play this. Do you guys remember? I don't remember the guy's last name, but the man who killed his wife and two daughters in like an oil refinery. And I covered this because when I first heard the story, the wife's name was Shannon, and then it became Shanann. Chris was the murderer, the husband. So her name was Shanann. Well, apparently, you're going to hear them call her Shannon here, like I remember. But this is police body cam footage. You hear people talking. They write the words. I need you to really listen. So I'm going to ask that Chris and Jeff mute your microphones, please. So because it's a whisper. And you're going to hear children giggling. You're going to hear no clear as day. You're going to hear, like, when the cops go to leave, no, like, don't leave. This is our home. All sorts of crazy stuff. I'm going to mute now. Go ahead.
Voices, and the last one will send chills down your spine. On August 18th, 2018, police were investigating the disappearance of 34-year-old Shannon Watts, 4-year-old Bella Watts, and 3-year-old Celeste Cece Watts. It was later discovered that husband and father, Christopher Watts, all three of them. This is what the police body camera picked up.
So there's plenty of first thing to appeal.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. What in the world is that here?
Yes.
Yeah. Here.
Yes.
Yeah.
This police body camera recorded.
Did you guys hear it all?
Yeah, I would say that's one hell of a prank someone played on somebody.
I didn't like that at all.
Me either.
That wasn't a prank. Like I said, this is police
It could have
body
been.
cam.
You don't know. Could
A
have been.
police body cam?
Mm-hmm.
And the police heard the giggle. Hey, Boston
Yeah,
Ray.
they spoke to each other about that one. Freaked them out a little. So this is them doing investigation at the scene, or what?
Yes, this is
Right.
when they were investigating, yes.
Yeah, that is really creepy. I didn't like that.
That's
And that
much for me to believe it.
and the moan in the basement sounded like she was saying hello. Hello. But I clearly heard, "I'm with Cece. This is our home. That's
Yeah.
toxic." I heard that stuff clear as day. The
Yeah.
no. And when they were investigating this, they hadn't. He was in that house. Chris was in the house, and he was like pretending like he was worried, calling the school, because like trying to play it off. The wife went somewhere with the kids and never came home.
Mm.
I don't remember if they found the wife, but the kids were found shoved into an oil refinery tank together.
Oh my God.
And the mother's body was on the floor of the truck with the kids in the back seat alive.
I'd worry more about that than some fake voices somebody might have heard. That's crazy.
Well, he's already in prison. Like, this is all done with.
What'd you say about the mother? They found her what?
I'm saying I don't know if they found her or not. I think she was in a shallow grave near that refinery. He worked there. He went
What were
to
you
his
saying
work
about
site.
the back of a truck or something?
He transported them to the refinery. The mother was wrapped up in blankets at the
Oh.
children's feet while the children were alive,
Oh my God.
asking Daddy where they were going.
That's sick.
It is. It's extremely sick. All because he wanted to leave his wife and start a new life with a woman that he was cheating on her with.
Jeez.
What a piece of crap.
Yeah. So, I believe this. I believe this is real. I believe they were trying to lead police to them. And that's why you heard her cry out no when they were leaving.
I don't know, but the fact they talk to each other, you know,
With the giggle?
either the whole thing is totally faked footage, you know, with the cops or actors, or they both heard something, you know.
I know the cops weren't actors because I've seen the documentary, like the live police footage when they were questioning him. I've seen these cops
it's the
before.
same people.
This is real. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because they turned to each other. What was that? And they like giggle. It was
Like I saw. I mean, this was a huge story. They had, there's like people on YouTube who analyze body language, and they were like saying like how Chris was putting his hands on top of his head, and you do that to lower your blood pressure to try to soothe yourself. I remember watching so much of this. Like I said, when I first heard of the story, her name was Shannon, and I covered this as a Mandela effect. Her name is now Shanann.
That's
and
not
they
a
even
name.
said,
yeah. Who's ever heard of that?
well, that's her name now.
Well,
And
that's
the
so
guy just
stupid.
called her Shannon
Shannon.
here, so that's residue of Shannon.
Shanann.
That's like Aaron.
Dumb.
Shanann.
Hey, Ron.
We have all sorts of weird names. You gotta remember celebrities. Blue, North, Apple, anything could be a name now.
For celebrities, yeah, but not for normal people. That's just a ridiculous name. There's no way that's her name.
I agree, Pushin. There is a special place in hell.
Yeah.
I actually just watched some, there's a YouTube channel. I just subscribed, so I don't know the name of the guy yet. But he interviews people who have had near-death experiences. And the last one, the one that made me subscribe, is a guy describing he went to hell. And he came back. He cried out for Jesus and he came back. And hell wasn't like he said, I saw no fire. I saw no brimstone. His description was there were 3 layers that he went through. The first layer was a long, dark tunnel of people chained to the wall on both sides. And he said he was flying through there, past thousands of people. And it was crazy because he could instantly hear and feel what they were thinking And he now understood how God could hear everyone's prayers, because he heard every single one of the thousands of people's thoughts and felt what they were feeling. And that group of people were the false Christians, people who said they believed in Jesus but didn't. And then he went to the next layer, and it was all people who, I can't say the word, but do things with children. And if he focused on one person, he would go into their mind. But he said that area was like an arena filled with people just standing in line, muttering to themselves with their eyes closed. And he went into that guy's mind against his will, saw what he was doing, and closed his eyes. He could not watch it. And he got pulled out back, and he journeyed on. And when he got to where he believed he would end up going, he said it looked like a beautiful castle, but dark, but a beautiful castle. And when the doors opened, inside it was just jail cells, but all the jail cells had no doors. These people inside the jail cells were in their corners doing the same things with their eyes closed, muttering to themselves. And he made the mistake of focusing on someone. He said it was about the 1800s. Like he saw the guy was about from the 1800s. And he went into his mind, and it was like, he's like, it was real. I was on a grass field standing next to him. It's a beautiful day. I could feel the wind. And he was focused on this house. And he said, anything you focus on, you jump to. And he noticed movement in the top window of the house. And he focused on it, and he wished he hadn't. And he said he immediately started flying towards that window. And then he went deaf and blind for a split second. And he realized that when he went deaf and blind, it was him going through the wall. And when he got into the room, he saw two demons. He described them like alligators almost. And they just didn't pay attention to him. They were talking in this awful language. He's like, you didn't want to listen, you didn't want to hear it. And but he could tell they wanted the guy to come upstairs, but he had sensed the guy was experiencing deja vu. And he believed that's what the demons were talking about, was that they needed him to come upstairs, but the guy was scared because he had been through this. He just relives this over and over and over again, and he was remembering. And then one of them turned to him and conveyed the message that they wanted him to call the man upstairs. And he said, I'm not helping you. And he said all of a sudden it was like this black tube. They called for somebody, and this black tube came out of nowhere. And the black tube, he said if you looked into it, it was like ripping reality. Like if you looked down, it was like you could drop something down there and it would never reach the bottom. And the black tube formed like a half man, half woman, like a man, but it was too beautiful to be a man. But he's like, it was flat chested. It was a man, but it was beautiful like a woman. And it was golden. And the two alligator type demons left, went through the wall and disappeared. And the other demon went to the doorway, and he said this beautiful music, the sound that he can't describe came out of its mouth. And the man heard it, came running up the stairs, and immediately got on his knees. So he thought it was God. He thought it was God speaking to him. And something horrible was about to happen. And next thing he knew, they were all outside. And the golden thing was behind him. And it basically, the way he described it was that the man was, I guess, like a cult leader or a leader of a congregation of people. And the demons, the alligator demons, brought his family to the front. And he said, I know there's no children in hell, but there was a child there, which obviously wasn't real. But the child seemed very real and said, "Daddy, why did you condemn us all to hell?" And he guessed that it was pride, that where he was, that castle was filled with prideful people who believed themselves to be like God. And next thing he knew, he was being pulled back, and he woke up, like he came to. He had experienced a OD, and he had come to, and he knew it was 100% real. So I subscribed because he does all sorts of interviews like that. That does sound like hell if you're one of those people having to relive your worst moment over and over and over again.
That's a pretty vivid dream he must have had.
If that was a dream, yeah. But he is pretty sure EOD. Based on when he took, I believe he did. I believe that was 100% real.
So the drugs did something to his head.
Welcome, Saddlebum.
Ooh, that's 2 heavy things in a row. That was heavy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it shocked me too. It made me subscribe. And there was a little bit more. I left parts out because it's a lot. It's a lot. But that's basically the gist of it.
Drugs and a crazy dream.
Or a vision. Like in the beginning, he said he felt like he was going under. Like he had taken too much. What happened was he
definitely took too much.
No. Here's what he took. Okay. The thing that begins with an F that George Floyd had taken. That okay. He had cut the patch in half and squeezed the gel out and took that up the nose, and then he was doing that daily. So he knew that he was okay doing that, but he wasn't thinking, and did 2 shots of Everclear too. On top of that. And that is too much. That is way too much.
That's a combination that'll make you have crazy, vivid dreams like that.
No, that's a combination that'll make you stop breathing. 100%. But as he was starting to go under, he said he saw the angel of death come for him. So. Pleased to meet you too.
Oh, that's intense.
Go
So
for
this
3
lady-
years.
Okay, so guys, focus on the top right corner. UFO time.
was filming her neighbor feed an eagle. I guess he was throwing like bread or something, some type of food he was throwing up. What she didn't realize is she caught a UFO on tape. Watch slowly. On your top right-hand screen, you're going to see an orb.
Oh, wow.
See it? I'm going to slow it down for you. Ready? He's going to throw this bread up. Let's say it's bread. He's going to throw it in the air. Watch the top right screen. Do not watch the eagle. You're going to see an orb appear. See it? I'll rewind it right here. This is where it appears. And it doubles. See it double? Then it's going to double again real quick. It doubles right there again. And then, boom, it's going to triple right there. See the 3 orbs?
Again.
Wow. It triples right there. And then disappears right behind the bird or the bread that he threw. And if the sign wasn't there that says you caught a UFO on tape, you would see that the UFO not only disappeared, but it reappeared behind the sign and then disappeared again. Wow. So she literally caught a UFO on tape and didn't even know it. UFO, guys, all a UFO is an unidentified flying object. And that's exactly what that was. It was unidentified. It wasn't a helicopter. It wasn't a plane. It was literally an orb, or it could have been a spacecraft flying at Mach speeds. Just wow.
Guys, I
has
have to
been
walk away, so just go on with the next one. Matt, help me. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. UFO avoids military by diving into ocean. The splash is convincing, but the face of the sailor is the most convincing to me. So let's watch this. Wow. That's real in any language. I believe it.
What language was that?
I don't know. But they were definitely shocked by what they saw. I got to see this again.
Yeah, we want to see the splash again.
Okay, the rest is meaningless, but that.
Well, wait, let it show his face again.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, you can't fake a face like that. I don't care how good an actor you are. Not that reaction.
But I thought I've heard that UFOs, when they go in the water, sometimes don't even make a splash. They just go right in, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that one certainly did. I have a friend who was in, I believe it was the Navy. Yeah, the Navy. And he saw, I guess you'd call them unidentified floating objects. If they're underwater, right?
Underwater now has a technical acronym USO, unidentified submerged object.
That makes more sense. Yeah. Well, that's what he saw. And he swore they were aliens. This isn't the kind of guy that would say something like that if he didn't really believe it.
Wait, so what was he doing and how did he see it?
He was
Out on a boat fishing or what?
He was like, I believe he was in a submarine.
Oh, okay.
And
wait, what? I just got back. What are you talking about?
A friend of mine who was in the Navy was in a submarine.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm sorry.
And he saw UFOs underwater. They would be USOs, I guess.
Yeah, apparently there's quite a lot of that. And people in submarines see that stuff.
Well, the only reason why I think that this could be real is the face of the sailors. They are scared and shocked, and
yeah, it's absolutely real. Not only because of that, but because of what we saw here.
Mm-hmm.
That's too weird. Like, what the hell was that? The way it just went right in the water. I mean, that was crazy. I believe that that's real.
I am going to be sending the photo that Michael Russin sent to our group chat in Messenger. When you're done, we can share it.
Photo of what?
Of a person he saw in real life with the demon face for him.
Ooh.
When we're done Jeff's segment, we'll show it. Okay, you know the next one.
In this glitch yet?
Okay. Woman completely still and doesn't react to people.
I love
Yo,
these.
y'all gotta see this. This is in Los Angeles, California. I was just there. Now I seen some weird stuff in LA, but this by far has got to be one of the weirdest. It's literally a glitch, y'all. She's not moving.
And she's also like
Look,
standing weird.
and you gotta see, there's a guy that comes right by her, and it doesn't even phase her, y'all. She literally stands there for like a whole minute.
That's actually really concerning.
I don't know what's going on.
So the people doing the original recording
The only thing that's moving
are
is the
talking
bag,
about
y'all.
it.
Look at that. Look, the only thing that's moving is the bag.
Oh my god.
Seriously, this is a glitch. Like, no one is standing that perfect thing spots. I'm just being.
Look at this guy.
Bro, what's going on? Ooh. Now watch. Watch this guy come around. Watch this guy come around, and it doesn't even phase her. Watch this. Look at that, y'all. Bro, she doesn't even turn her head. Bro. Look. Oh my god, bro. This game is breaking down. Look at what the hell? Do you think her player dropped the remote, y'all? Because you know we're in a video game. And this matrix is getting weird more and more. In this glitch yet?
We're not in a video game.
This matrix.
Matrix, yeah.
Just one, not two.
No credibility there. It's fake.
You think that's faked?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How?
I can't say why. I have my opinion on it. Let's just say that.
I saw a guy that was on a sports show on ESPN. You know, they're all standing around a basketball hoop or whatever, and one of the hosts is just frozen like that. And they're like, "Hey, you want to take a shot?" And he just stands there.
What?
Until he eventually snaps out of it. I saw one of these too where a lady was stuck in a loop where she kept, you know...
Was it driving the car?
Driving a car, getting out, walking around in a circle, getting back in or something like that.
There was an update to that. She was experiencing what's it called? That disorder where you gotta do everything perfect.
OCD?
OCD, yeah. She was having an OCD episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was creepy though.
It was. But she did confirm she had OCD. And it was an OCD episode. She was afraid that something was going to happen to her mom unless she did something perfectly.
Yeah, the people getting frozen freaks me out. I've heard a story of that combined with a time slip. There was a guy on the Tony Merkel podcast called The Confessionals who was part of like a UFO crash retrieval group. He didn't realize, but he got sent on this weird mission. They found a advanced vehicle, and they had to go in and actually sort of deprogram its computers and essentially destroy it so it couldn't be recovered. And they went inside, and he found all this weird writing in a different language, which eventually someone later one of the guys that was with him that was like the language expert told him it was Enochian, which is Enochian is not a human language. It's an angelic language that the magician John Dee, advisor to Queen Elizabeth, was received from angelic beings.
Oh, wow.
And that's what was on the inside of this craft. So but anyway, the whole story goes on. They return back to the Navy ship that they're on. And it was like this whole platoon that had been sent out for this mission, right? He gets back and they're debriefing. Mm-hmm. And at the debriefing table, it's like their commanding officer is talking to them, and he's explaining the mission they're about to go on. And he's explaining the exact same mission that they already just did. And he's looking at one other guy who just came back, and they're looking at each other like, what the hell? We just did that mission. What is going on? Everyone else is totally normal. And like, yeah. And he raises a question and it just gets blown off. It's just all this weird stuff happens. They end up on it's like nobody remembers going on the mission. It's like it never happened, and and it's about to. But then a storm comes in and they can't get ashore, and they never end up doing the new mission. But he's on duty walking around the ship. Sometimes he's on like night patrol or whatever, and he describes going to the bridge, and it was like people couldn't see him or something like that one time. But then another time he goes on the bridge and everyone is just absolutely frozen in place, completely, frozen. And he goes up to them and speaks to them, and they don't move, and no one can see. It's totally creepy. So who knows what to make of that whole thing? But it's just everything all in one. It's some sort of timeline, time slip shift thing, and then you got people frozen in place, and like you're invisible, and just
Yeah, that's creepy. That I wouldn't even know what to do.
So the people freezing kind of comes up now and then,
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if it's all just these videos or what, but could you fake that? Yeah, probably. I'm sure you can fake anything these days.
To me, it's all just these videos until I see it happen in my own life in person. I'm not going to believe what I see unless I see it in actual real life, reality.
Yeah, you can't.
Not online.
Yeah, you just can't. I mean, AI and editing is so good.
I believe the Mandela effect because I've experienced it in real life, not just online.
Right. Yeah, unless you know who took the video and everything, and have some way to trace the video, anything can be.
Yeah, anything else, I have
manipulated.
To be skeptic about it.
Right, I agree with that. You don't know enough to make a judgment unless you know how the video was filmed and know someone was legit.
Mm-hmm. Now, with aliens, that's different because I had an experience. But before that experience, I would have said the same thing about that, about UFOs in general, whatever. But yeah, I've seen a lot of things that make me believe that could be real. This stuff you see online, it's all bullshit till it's not. I'm not going to believe it.
Well, we have more. Let's get going.
Yeah, I'm slowing us down.
No, it's just that this one I really want people's opinion on. Go ahead, Jeff, read it.
All right, this is just creepy. If this is real, this is the best shadow people ever caught on camera.
What is that?
No.
Who are you? I'm not going to hurt you.
Yeah.
Leave my lights alone.
He comes back. And it ends right there.
What is that?
I feel it getting cold when we watch these ghosts.
Wait, we have to play it again.
I'm not going to hurt you.
Right when you talked, I thought I heard a kid's voice.
Leave my lights alone.
Listen.
What is that?
Did you hear it?
Who are you? I'm not going to hurt you.
I heard it. I heard a kid.
I thought it said catch me.
Leave my lights alone.
One more time. Listen if you hear catch me.
What is that? Who are you? I'm not going to hurt you. Leave my lights alone.
I thought I heard I'm in here or come here or something like that.
Let me hear again.
What is that?
It's hard to see.
I hear,
who are you?
Catch me.
I'm not going to hurt you. Leave my lights alone.
I don't see any jump cuts in the video.
That could be faked. All of that very easily.
I don't know. Hey,
I don't
Cesar
know.
Rodriguez.
I could have his friend flickering lights on and off. You don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if the video is real or not, but the shadow people phenomenon is absolutely 100% real. I have multiple people I've talked to that have been like troubled by them in their lives. And I actually was on a Twitter space with the woman that wrote the book on this subject. Heidi Hollis is her name. She actually trademarked the phrase shadow people. She helps people that are having this problem, you know.
Yep. All right, this one you have to read before we play anything for context.
The top two?
Yep.
The things we would miss if we didn't have our house cams. #haunted. For some context, this woman claims that they put up cameras to catch the activity. It's not easy to just move a house like that, especially when you have it haunted online. You need sellers that want a haunted house.
I should have said buyers. That should have been buyers, but
Okay, yeah.
so anyhow.
All right.
We have
Watch
a
the
series
doors
of
in the
videos.
kitchen.
I'm sorry, I just want to let you know we have a whole series of videos of just this woman's stuff. So her name is Nikki Viana. Sorry, go on.
Ellie, you getting ready for the grandmas? Excited? Mama?
Door on the left, the white cabinet is going to open. And I think a door in front of her on the right might open too.
Oh.
Like, watch the right side now. I think the door on the right opens. Like that gray thing, I think disappears because the door opens. Unless that was a separate clip I didn't save.
Ellie, you getting ready for the grandmas? Excited? Mama? Are you excited?
Yep.
Yeah. The two doors open on each side of the kitchen. All right. I did this from least creepy to most creepy. So the next one we're going to go on. Okay, you're going to look at the glass doors on the bottom left. The one that's open, she's going to close. And then the one all the way on the top right. I wish I had fast forwarded it. That door that she just closed. Keep an eye on that first.
Oh, the top right just moved.
Yeah, the top right just moved. But it's going to move a lot more now. Bottom left is open again.
James?
I'm out of here. All right, so next one. All right, so we're watching the giraffe. Wait, can you go to the next slide for a second? Yeah, I did it closer. Watch the giraffe. The giraffe is the one in the middle standing, facing to the right. Just don't take your eyes off the giraffe. Ignore what she's doing. Ignore the baby. Watch the giraffe. Okay, good.
Wanna go watch Cocomelon? Mommy clean your barbers? Watch Cocomelon moments? Yeah, wanna watch Cocomelon? Cocomelon. Who do you like? JJ, right? What's your favorite one? The duckies? Watch your feet, Mama. Oh, watch your feet. Your foot stuck. Oh, okay. Who made put Cocomelon out for you?
Oh no.
No, mommy, no cry, baby. Look. Oh, no.
Baby starts to cry.
You like this one? Don't cry, my sweetie pie. Mommy loves you. Don't cry. I love you, Mama. I love my Ellie. It's my girl. I love you. Yeah, it's my look at you. This toy. This toy.
What were we supposed to see there?
The giraffe. Play it again. Watch the giraffe
giraffe
toy on the floor.
Rotates to
Facing
look
right.
straight towards the baby, and then slides slowly to the left across the floor.
Oh, I saw nothing like that. Let's see if I see it this.
You weren't watching the giraffe?
Yeah.
Wanna go watch Cocomelon? Mommy clean your barbers? Watch Cocomelon moments? Yeah, wanna watch Cocomelon? Cocomelon. Who do you like? JJ, right? What's your favorite one? The duckies? Watch your feet, Mama. Oh, watch your feet. Your foot stuck. Oh, okay.
There it goes, right down.
No, mommy, no cry, baby. Look. Oh, no. Come here, baby. Look. You like this one? Don't cry, my sweetie pie.
Now it slides left.
Don't cry. I love you, Mama. I love my Ellie. It's my girl. I love you. Yeah, it's my look at you. This way. This way.
I saw it.
Yes. Now,
I don't know
like
how
I
you'd
said,
fake that. That's real.
yeah, it gets worse. Like I said, they go from
Oh no.
creepy to creepy-esque. There's a duplicate in there. Okay. So watch the oven, which is on the other side of that wall. I did fast forward. Keep watching it.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
That's
What did it
too.
Launch out there?
Mm-hmm. Oh, bit of venom. They purposely set up cameras to catch the paranormal activity. They purposely did this because they were experiencing paranormal activity and wanted to be able to prove it. Is there like a lemon law where you can... This is a new house for them.
I
Where they
think
could get out of the house.
I really think there actually is some law about disclosing hauntings. If you don't, there's something to that.
That could be why they did it. That they got, and they were also concerned about the well-being of their children, and you're about to see why. So let's get going. Not this one, but you'll see it coming up. So watch the orange. Read. You got to read.
Watch the orange car and the horse.
Keep watching the horse.
Yeah, of course.
Now it's rocking. Now, I just want to let you know, I zoomed these in so you could see them better. The cameras are actually like the whole room.
What is banging?
Yeah.
That's the thing. There's noises afterwards. She muted it so you could hear it.
That's pretty convincing.
Wait until you see the last one. This is it. Terrifying.
Okay, playpen
Now
and baby reacts.
The baby reacts in the beginning. So pay attention, guys. Stop.
Oh my God.
She's hiding underneath the mat.
What?
100% real. You can't fake that. What are you going to tell the baby to play along?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see can we see the beginning again where it starts and the baby reacts?
Ready to go to Grandma's? Careful, baby.
Okay.
It's broken.
It's broken.
I analyzed the reflections in the window. I didn't see anything. I didn't see anybody. I didn't see any strings. Like, I zoomed in really well. I didn't see anything.
Yeah, I believe this is all real.
That's wild.
And her reaction and, you know, the baby's reaction, it's all real. There's no way that that's not real, I think.
Yep. So that is the end of your section.
So that reminds me of a story I heard recently about, I can't remember if it was a pastor, someone was experiencing a haunting, or someone tried to put a curse on them or something. So like a poltergeist demon type thing, basically in the middle of the night threw him out of bed and like moved through the bed across the room, right? Moved the whole thing. And he said, in the name of Jesus Christ, I demand you to depart from the room. Like, I command you to leave this house and don't come back. And then he thought for a second, and he was like, but also put the bed back first in the name of Jesus Christ. And so it returned the bed to place and left.
That's good. Before we get to the folders, I just want to, for those of you that were in at Brian's show, first of all, welcome Adam for Christ. Good to see you. The landlord is being absolutely ridiculous. He's refusing to take money we have for him because it's too little. I think he's doing that because he thinks he can do a 15-day notice to vacate if he doesn't take the money, but it's illegal to refuse the money, so he doesn't know that, I guess. I will be calling on Tuesday because tomorrow's a holiday. I will be calling the diversion program on Tuesday for, what we can do in response. But I just ask again that you guys please share the GoFundMe. If you're able to donate, please do. We should be in the clear once Joey starts his job because his income will literally double. But until then, we just need to get to them. And even though I told the landlord, I didn't want to tell him until it was a done deal. But I figured if I tell him this, it'll, help things. But he's not speaking to me. He's not responding to any of my texts. So apparently that's not good enough for him. So there's a link in the description. There's the GoFundMe link. There's PayPal, Venmo, CashApp, Ko-Fi, anything of the sort. But if you can, above all anything, please try to get more eyes on this. Please share it because there's nothing we can do until Joey starts this job and gets his first pay from it. But that is the update. I just want to let you know what was going on with that. And I did show Jeff the insanely long text because I wanted to have a record of it in case we end up in court. So I literally wrote a whole text stating the entire timeline from January to now of all the payments we made, how we were caught up, how his refund got flagged and amended, how he lost the job downstairs, which got us, we're like constantly like paying him and going right like a week before the month is over, and then we're 2 months behind again. Paying him, then we're 2 months behind again because we can't catch up. We can't do it on his current income. So if you can, please share it. I know you probably already shared it a million times. I appreciate everything from donations to sharing to prayers. I appreciate it all. Thank you so much. And let's get into Mandela effects.
Sandy, is Joey's job pretty squared away?
I mean, it's through the government. And you know the hoops you have to jump through with the government. She has to go through all these interviews. And she's been through 3 of them, but there's still the insurance interview. And then she meets with the insurance company on the phone for them to determine the amount of hours she's approved for. So we're just waiting on those 2 things.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like not a definite.
Well,
thank you, Mustard Seed of Faith. Thank you, Chris. This comes from a longtime viewer, Running Fox. On May 21st, 2024, an EF4 tornado hit Greenfield, Iowa. I believe that I changed it to the 21st. Okay, good. It has been classified as the deadliest tornado of 2024 so far. But what made this tornado really interesting to Running Fox and made her send it to me was the tornado itself.
Okay.
Chris, while we're presenting this, can you pull up the image from Michael Russell and we'll show it after this presentation?
Yeah.
Please.
Okay, I'll find that.
I sent it to the group chat between me, you, and Jeff.
Oh.
Small-scale vortices enhanced winds and damage in Hurricane Harvey. In 2020, I covered a weather pattern new to me. Hurricane eyewall mesovortices. Essentially, they are tornadic winds moving around the inner eye wall of a hurricane. So at the inner eye wall, there's separate tornadoes spinning around with the hurricane eye wall, which I'd never heard of before. Thank you, everyone. So here's one spinning. Eye wall metavortices, small scale rotational features. I can't read that. Found in the eye walls, intense tropical cyclones. Vortices wind speed can be up to 10% higher than the rest of the eye wall. And then here's some pictures of them. Come on, Jeff. So this was the image I showed in my presentation where you can see 6 tornadoes. Jeff, are you able to read that small print, or can you zoom in or something?
I can read it. Defense Meteorological Satellite Program image of Hurricane Isabel, 12 September 2003. The starfish pattern is caused by the presence of 6 mesovortices in the eye, 1 at the eye center and 5 surrounding it.
So basically 5 tornadoes in the center of the eye where that's supposed to be calm.
Starfish pattern.
Starfish pattern. Looks like flower to me.
I'd say sand dollar.
Oh, sand dollar. I could see that. But in my past, the eye was always calm. So now you're going to see. Oh, read first. I have to read this first. So this comes from the YouTube channel Reed Timmer. The tornado that just hit Iowa is exactly like an inverted mesovortices hurricane. Instead of the vortices being in the center of the eye, they are spinning around the outside of the tornado. I count 5. How many do you see? Play, Jeff, please. To get more detailed as it plays.
All right, we're going. Big middle debris in there. Let's go!
Actually, Jeff, can you mute the sound?
It's up. Oh my board, just look at those.
Jeff, can you mute the sound? Because they're going to start cursing a lot.
Whoa.
I mean, look at those things.
It's like a giant squid tornado.
Yeah, except all those squid arms are spinning too.
Oh, man. Is this someone flying a drone?
Yes. That's the other thing. I didn't know a drone could stay in the air with a tornado nearby.
That thing is crazy.
Yeah.
That's Twister boss stage right there.
And that's not even an F5. That's an F4.
That is terrifying.
Absolutely. Oh, did you see that windmill snapped in half? Like it was nothing. There it is.
Yeah, I'm from Illinois. I spent a lot of time in the closet under the staircase during tornado warnings.
Oh, then let me ask you this. It's a Mandela effect I covered. Do you remember tornado emergency?
What do you mean tornado emergency?
Oh, exactly. That's the problem. So the warnings for a tornado, in my past, tornado warning meant one was on the ground, it's been spotted, seek
Right.
shelter immediately.
Right.
That's not the case anymore.
There's a watch and a warning. Warning is someone actually saw
No.
one. Watch is
No.
the conditions are,
So I'm trying to tell you,
conducive.
not anymore. Now it's watch, warning, and emergency.
What the hell is emergency?
What you just described the warning as. And it's always been like that.
Well, what's the warning mean now?
Maybe we'll cover that after this, so we can do a refresher on it.
This is surreal. This is, yeah. So having gone through all that as a kid, I've had tornado nightmares into my adulthood.
Welcome, Bliss Bagel. All right,
Probably gonna have one
videos are
tonight now.
playing. Jeff,
Should we move-
you can go on.
move on?
Videos are playing.
That thing is a beast.
It is, and there's another video. Do you remember tornadoes being able to do this? Have multiple smaller tornadoes spinning on the outside wall of a tornado while moving with the main tornado. So I have heard of like a second vortice coming off of the tornado, but not spinning with it like this. This is new for me.
Oh. Wow. It just wilts.
Yeah, like a flower. And that's it. It restarted. But this is the first time I've seen this. Is this new for you? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and thank you again to Running Fox for sharing this incredible footage.
That was
So,
footage.
yeah, I'm going to get that folder really quick, but while I'm doing that, can you present that image for us, please? Do you see it in the messenger?
Yeah, I had it open. Let's see, there it is. I don't know what we're looking at here.
So can you zoom in on the face? He said that person looked like that demon face to him. This is from Michael Russum, everyone. I don't know if you could zoom in.
Let me try
Sometimes it doesn't
opening
let
it
you.
in a new tab. Whoops.
Let me hide your screen
Am I
while you do that.
okay? I'm good if you can switch to this new tab, or maybe I got to present that one.
That's what you have to do, yes.
All right, let me do that because I got a good zoom in. There we go. Can actually, whoa, get even closer than that.
Yeah, that face looks distorted as all heck.
Looks like it got melted and warped.
That is creepy.
Yeah, look at his mouth.
I'm looking at his eye, which looks like there's an eyeball missing.
Yeah, and it looks like someone took claymation and just jammed a new glob
Yeah, the
over
nose. Look at the
right
nose.
eye.
It's like smushed to the left.
Yeah.
That is so creepy. Thank you for sharing it, Michael. Now, if this is a disorder, how would he be able to take a photograph of it?
Who is this? And are we sure this isn't AI glitching? Like
No,
AI
Michael
generated?
Russum took the photo.
Oh. Because his hand
So
looks
yes,
weird
we're sure
too.
this is a real photograph. So I'm saying, if this is a disorder, that would be something in your mind. You would
Yeah,
not be able to
camera
photograph it.
can't have a disorder.
Exactly. So that's really good. Thank you, Michael. I am.
There on the
Is this
face.
it?
That's just lost.
Okay. So this is a long presentation, so we're going to skip ahead when I send it to you. Since Jeff is in Flickr, I'm going to send it to you, Christopher, to present, okay? Because I don't want Jeff to lose his spot.
You're sending it to Facebook?
Yep, I'm sending the link to Facebook for you to present. And I'll tell you where we're going to skip ahead to. Because it's a long presentation.
Okay.
I have to go find it. Give me 1 minute. I have to go look at my search history, my view history.
Oh, I feel like I've seen this one.
But you didn't know about the emergency.
No, just the luminous tornado.
Oh, yeah, that's just mentioning it. It's okay. When you're ready to present, let me know. I'll show you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were going to tell me which slide to start with.
When you open them, it's going to tell you to go left, like go right until we get to it.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. I was
Okay.
waiting for to be advised.
I gotcha. That channel was Randy K. Give me 1 second. I am posting a link in the chat, and I'll add it to the description after, because I can't add anything in the description while we're live. That is the video of the devil story. So you can hit right.
Yeah, let me know.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Okay, stop.
Whoop. Back.
So, guys, answer this question based on what you remember. Besides tornado watch and tornado warning, do you remember there being any other classification or alert for impending tornado weather? If yes, please share in the comments. Now, we've already asked this before.
That's it.
Right. Go on.
Taco watch.
I'm just using it as residue because they only have two there. Taco watch, taco warning. In my past, it was only watch or warning. A watch meant that a storm was capable of producing a tornado, and a warning meant a tornado had touched down. Did these words mean this for you too?
Yes, basically, but I think warning sometimes didn't necessarily have to have touched down, but that they had spotted rotation.
Okay.
Like, it's forming, you know. It's basically it's happening. It may be in the air or on the ground.
Prayers to Brian MacFarlane. He has a dangerous thunderstorm warning. You're welcome, Pushin.
Not an
Pushin says nope. LVK says no, watch and warning. No, when we had drills here, says Michael Russum. Noise Guru says I'm on taco watch all the time. I know, I'm hungry for tacos. I'm just I don't have a car. I
Taco watch all
I
the
miss
time.
Taco Bell.
It's hilarious.
Okay, go on. Okay, so because in this reality, a tornado warning can mean a funnel cloud or convection has been detected without a tornado touching down, or imminent was not in a warning in my past. Was this the definition for you? Warning, action, product, event imminent, occurring, and heading your way, or high likelihood of occurring. Take appropriate action. Go on.
I do agree with the funnel cloud or convection has been detected.
Yes.
In other words, there is a tornado that is happening, but it may not have hit the ground yet.
But keep going. I have never ever heard of the new tornado emergency alert, and new is in quotations because it's not new. In my past, it was only ever tornado watch and warning. There was never a third classification, which would only work in this reality where a warning can mean imminent. I'm going to have more definitions on the side too.
Take action. Severe threat. So when did this start being used, supposedly?
We're going to get to that.
Okay, because I've never heard of that ever.
So I
Tornado
have,
emergency.
again, never
Come
ever
on.
heard of it. And this is New Jersey before historic Schuylkill River flood. So that means it's New Jersey, Philadelphia area because the Schuylkill is in Philadelphia. So we had a tornado emergency here and I've never heard of it. And this, it says, I say new because while some places like Houston haven't used it until 2023, other places have. It was first used 24 years ago in 1999, and it's been used 16 years since it was adopted by the National Weather Service in 2007. Can you zoom in on the date? Are you able to zoom in on the date?
On the
Of the New
article
Jersey
date?
one? Mm-hmm.
2021.
2021. So in New Jersey, Philadelphia, it was 2021. And like I said, it's been in use since 2007. But it was actually first adopted in 1999.
Well,
So you should have heard of it.
definitely never heard of that. And we're in Hurricane Alley here. We get tornadoes with hurricanes, in North Carolina. And then in Illinois, tornadoes all the time. But I haven't lived there since 2005. So.
Well, LVK makes a great point. Why have two categories that both mean take action?
Right. And yeah, I don't know. What's the difference? There's a tornado. There's a tornado.
Up the street.
Yeah, it's like.
And then here's all, if you want to zoom in on these, people on the news telling you to look out for a tornado emergency.
Very rare and dangerous situation confirmed violent tornado. We can go an entire year without a tornado emergency. What? How? Because they hit and destroy stuff all the time.
Uh-huh.
So what makes it an emergency? Likely to cause catastrophic damage and pose a considerable threat to life, aka a tornado. I mean,
tornado emergency,
so
South Carolina.
Listen, this is what's crazy. The very next town over from where I grew up was totally destroyed by a tornado, a huge one, roughly a decade ago. Washington, Illinois. It was it made national news because it's one of the.
Okay. While you explain, I'm going to look it up.
And I never heard the phrase tornado emergency associated with that, So I'd be interested to know.
I'm sorry, was it like 2014?
That sounds about right. I mean, I don't know the year. It's within the last decade or so, last 15 years. But Washington, Illinois was just devastated. And I bet they issued a tornado warning,
I'm looking. Nope. List of United States tornado emergencies in Casey. On. Because I saw the Illinois one. I'm looking. So the date was on. Scrolling down. That's Roanoke. I know I saw it in 1 minute. I'm looking at a list.
happens more in Alabama than anywhere else.
Peoria, Waterloo, Highland. Still scrolling, guys. I'm sorry. Washington, Illinois, November 17th, 2013. A tornado emergency was issued.
Oh.
An EF5.
Whoa. See, I told you it was devastating.
But it was a tornado emergency.
Well, and it was in November. That's so odd.
Yeah, November 17th, 2013. Here we go. Moments ago, breaking, a tornado emergency has just been declared for confirmed extremely large, dangerous tornado doing catastrophic damage. And I believe it's a TikTok. Let me see. Copy link. I didn't want to copy the link. I want to save the photo so I can see if that's the right area. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's so blurry, I can't tell. I was trying to see if there was anything on the news. Like letting people know there was a tornado emergency.
So this is saying, this is weather.gov. Last November 17th marks the 10-year anniversary of Illinois' largest November tornado outbreak on record, when 25 tornadoes struck the state. Yeah, let's see here.
I have to change the date. I have it 2014. That's probably part of the issue.
One of these tornadoes peaked at EF4 intensity as it went through Washington, producing a maximum estimated wind speed of 190 miles per hour and causing over $800 million in damage.
And according to the tornado emergency website I saw, it was an EF5.
Yeah, and sometimes it's just a couple mile per hour difference, to push it over that border or whatever. But amazingly, only 3 fatalities, although 125 people were injured in its 46-mile path. And the town was just a huge part of the town was wrecked. But that apparently was a tornado emergency issued, is what you're saying, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
it was on the list of tornado emergencies.
I guess that makes sense. It's like it's going to destroy the whole town,
Yeah.
There is that class. I guess that's what it means. But I've never heard of that.
Here's Fox 23, May 3rd, 1999. 25th anniversary of the May 3rd tornado outbreak in Oklahoma. And right at the top, tornado emergency. Kind of crazy. 1999. We can go on.
Am I still driving here? Let's see.
Yeah. See if there's any more tornado emergency stuff.
The wrong window because I was looking at StreamYard.
You have to zoom out. There you go. Yep, more tornado emergencies.
Let me keep going.
Yeah. Oh no. Okay.
Oh, that's different.
Yeah, we can stop now and get back to Jeff.
Is Jeff with us still?
Jeff is with us.
You sure?
He's muted, but he's with us.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say he's been real quiet.
Jeff?
Yeah.
You ready to go with the next one?
Yep.
You've been quiet. You want to read the next one?
Which one is it?
The one after the running Fox one.
Okay. How many more we got? Because I'm crashing.
Chris, there's like 4. Chris, are you okay to do it if he has to go?
I'm getting kind of tired too, but I can stick around for at least half an hour.
They're actually not that big, so well, one of them is. But.
If we move through, I think we'll be okay. I can take us to the finish line.
Thanks.
Hey, Propagate.
Let's see.
What do you? I'm confused, guys. Look at the comment. The word volume flipped. It had an N.
Volume.
You remember VOLUNE?
I've never heard of volume.
Me either.
What that is.
But is that what he means? Is that what you mean? You remember it's spelled with an N? I mean, I could look into it.
Volune.
He says yes. Wow.
I'll look into it.
Never heard of that one.
I'll
No.
take a screenshot.
I don't agree with that one.
Before we start,
Funny.
does anyone recall ever learning, because this was in the 60s, ever learning that the Capitol was stripped and they had to paint it red to protect the iron underneath?
What?
So the dome was red for a good year in the 60s. So I'm asking if anyone ever learned this. Yes or no in the chat, that's all. Hey, Joe Blore, good to see you.
Protected from what?
The elements.
It was painted
From
white,
rusting.
but they had to strip it, repaint it red, and then paint it white again?
Yes, the red was like a primer to protect the iron from rusting.
That sounds absurd, but I mean...
Yeah.
So Elvie says, what? No way. I'm going with no, says Pushin. Keywords is a no.
That's communist propaganda.
We can go on. Oh, you didn't read the first one. I'm sorry, Jeff.
Yeah. I have some random questions to ask that have been bugging me, things that may or may not be Mandela's.
Michael Russell says it's vaguely familiar.
Oh.
Remember the red Capitol Dome? Here's another great view of it. Question 1. If you had to guess, or if you just know, what color or material are most historical DC buildings' roofs? Buildings like the Capitol, the Library of Congress, and the Senate offices.
But not the White House. That's why I use this image. So the White House does not fit with this. Like, think of the Capitol. You see it on TV, on the news. Think of the Library of Congress, Senate offices. We've seen these buildings on the news many times. So if you had to guess, what color do you think the roofs would be? And feel free to chime in, Chris and Jeff.
Wouldn't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
That's what I said, if you had to guess.
Yeah, I never cared enough to pay any attention to such details like that.
Pushing button says white. Guess. Joe Blore, gray or white?
Yeah, I could go.
I'd guess gray. And I don't know what would make it that material.
I'd lean towards white if I had to guess.
Oh, look at the chat. Well, Michael Rustin says unblue. LOL. Button says flash. Joe Blore says flash. I knew it was coming. Noise Guru, paint it black.
I want it painted black.
They remember paint it black. And now it's painted.
See what I did there?
Bliss Bagel says polka dot.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Angels Don't Fall is correct with verdigris.
Let me guess, Sandy. It's rainbow now.
No, it's not rainbow.
Right.
Pushing button
That's
says
it.
razzle dazzle. Propagate says Times Square flip flopped also. It was Times Square, and now it's back with an S. And daylight savings time is now daylight saving. It's been daylight saving time for a long time now.
Yeah, that's an old
I hate that. I still hate it though.
Times Square isn't one for me. It's always been Times Square for me.
Oh, UN Blue, says Michael Russom. Thank you for specifying.
Times Square, not unblue.
Joe Bloor, that's exactly what Angels Don't Fall said.
Oh,
So we can go on.
bronze that turned green. That, yeah, but I don't know.
We can go on.
That would make sense, but
So that
We have seen the roofs of these buildings in movies, TV shows, and even on the news. I would have said white or gray, like these DC buildings above. But they are the same color as the Statue of Liberty because the roofs are made of copper. Do you remember this?
So Joe Bloor and Angels Don't Fall are correct. It's verdigris, if I'm pronouncing that right.
oh,
Or
is that what
verdigris.
that means?
Yeah, the patina of the bronze.
Oh,
from the
Verdi means
element.
green, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yes, it does. But I don't remember this, and it looks ridiculous to me. And I'm gonna. This is obviously Google Earth, but I'm going to show you what it looks like from the front. It's not right for me. Dead. Hold on for a minute, just to be clear. It was originally daylight savings time for us, but we covered it going to daylight saving about 5 years ago.
Is that when you think the change happened, or was it even before that?
I have no idea. That's when we covered it.
Okay.
5 years ago we covered that because we had it was always daylight savings, and
Yeah.
it became daylight saving 5 years ago.
Everybody still says it like that too.
Yeah, it sucks. Daylight saving
Yeah.
time. No.
Yeah, that's wrong.
All right, so there's a front version of the Capitol. Do you guys remember seeing it green there? Because I do not.
Couldn't say I ever paid enough attention to have an opinion.
The whole thing was all white for me.
I'm not totally sure, but it looks a little out of place. I feel like it's combining something out of Europe with that building.
When I'm looking at stuff like that, I'm not thinking about the building. I'm thinking about the
Shouldn't-
people in it screwing us over.
Mm-hmm. Pushing button says nope. And we can go on.
Yeah, I kind of remember grayish, Sandy.
Yeah, I can go with that. Here's more pictures. This is the Library of Congress. Ridiculous to me. Go on, Jeff.
Also, this is probably just info I never knew, but the dome on the Jefferson building was once gilded in 23 karat gold, but I can say I have never seen artwork depicting this until now.
So here is a photo, a painting, I should say, not a photo, a postcard. The roof is already green with it gilded in gold on the dome. So that could just be info I didn't know because I'm sure the gold came off quickly. But
What a waste.
yeah. But the green roofs were already there at the time. I agree, Bliss Bagel.
What do you say?
Jeff is correct. The people inside are evil.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, we all agree.
All right, question 2. I randomly asked this before, but which do you remember for the name of this building? The Empire State Building or Empire State Building?
What?
I'm asking. Okay, so
It's the
it's
same
the for
thing.
you. It's not the same thing. One has the word the and the other one does not. So we're
I would
asking the
never.
chat.
That's just the way people talk. Sometimes they add a the, sometimes they don't.
Yeah, but imagine a sentence where you say, "Have you been to Empire State Building?" No one would say that.
Right, the Empire State Building.
You have to say "the" in a sentence.
Right.
And
Okay, just wait, guys. Let the chat answer.
So we're like, no.
So Michael Russin is the, Huberts is the, LVK I've always heard as the Empire State Building.
The ESB. I brew an ESB.
Anyone
that?
else? Oh, pushing buttons is guessing the. You're welcome. Hey, Splatter, good to see you. The Empire State, says Michael Fontaine. Splatter, the question is, do you remember the Empire State Building or just Empire State Building? Joe Bloor is the.
Empire
Michael
Strikes
Russin.
But wouldn't you just add the in conversation and make it work grammatically, and then maybe it's just called Empire State Building? To
Yeah,
me,
but this is
to me, this is a weak one.
No, because I think "the" is required in all situations. This is like Smokey Bear, you know?
That's a big one. That one matters. The matters in certain things. In others, not so much. It just depends on what we're talking.
I've never heard Empire State Building stand alone in one single situation ever in my life without the.
The for Splatter, but pushing button says no capital D. Okay, well, we're going to get to that. Let's go.
I visited this place. I stood in front of the carved stone. It was the Empire State Building in my past, but it's always been Empire State Building with the from my past history miss. Okay, yeah, that's wrong.
Actually, it's just Empire State.
What? That's even worse.
Wait, what was Empire State? Is that a company?
No, Empire State is. I guess New York is the Empire
Is the
State.
Empire State? Oh,
But the building is now just called Empire State.
Yeah, that's BS. That's a Mandela effect.
I didn't want to lead you guys, but the building is just Empire State.
No.
So you've been there, and it said
The Empire State Building.
It said that whole phrase.
Yes,
The Empire State Building.
I've been there too, and that's what it said.
It said building as well?
Yes.
Wow,
Yes.
okay.
Okay, yeah, this is legit.
And there was a placard at the door level. It had BLDG period.
Oh. I've only ever flown there in Flight Simulator.
Sandy, did you see Pushkin's comment?
Which one?
Empire
State Terminal. Yes, Joe Bloor. New York is the Empire State, not Empire State. Exactly. Okay, go on.
It's a commie state.
So here you can see the plans for Empire State Building. Here's a puzzle for Empire State Building. Google Empire State Building. Know that.
Ooh.
Go on. Now this is interesting. This is the official Facebook page for the Empire State Building, and they write Empire State Building, but their logo is the Empire State Building.
Oh, and that thing in the bottom right, isn't that basically what used to be on the
Yes, very
building
good.
itself?
Very good, yes. That is what I remember. The Empire State Building in red. The Empire State Building. The Empire State Rebuilding.
L'Empire.
This plan says the Empire State Building. This is in French, l'Empire. The Empire State Building. Case study, the Empire State Building.
Sorry, it's now always been Vampire State Building.
Question
15
three.
years.
Question 3. Are any of you familiar with the YouTube channel Don't Walk, Run Productions? I ask because their merch has been Mandelaed. What color is the clown's hair?
And if you don't know the channel, just answer what you think the clown's hair is. The color of the clown's hair.
I mean, by default, it should be orange or red, right, for a clown?
Guessing red says pushing buttons. That drawing is super old. Yep. Don't know, but I guess orange. Noise Guru is guessing yellow. Jeff, are you familiar with the channel?
No.
Oh, I'm surprised you're not. It's
What do they
content you would
show?
enjoy. It's a guy who, while showing facts, makes fun of Biden all the time.
Really?
So I thought you would watch it.
Surprised I don't know it.
Joe Bloor, are you guessing or do you know the channel? Because Joe Bloor says blue. Michael Fontaine, I don't know orange. Red or blue says Angels Don't Fall, but that's a guess. All right, we can go on. Michael Rustin says don't know red.
I have no way to prove this. The hair was red in my past. Was the standard clown emoji, which Apple is removing. What? And they're
removing it.
Why?
Because people are using it in a derogatory fashion, like this. Not kidding.
Oh, God. How pathetic. Anyway, and there are plenty of designs identical to my memory of merch on the web.
Clown World.
Yep.
Which is what it is when South America's way over there.
Yeah. But his hair has never... But he has never had red hair. His has blue. His has
blue hair. Yeah.
It's so wrong. It was never blue. Like I said, this is a personal ME with no residue, so you will have to take my word on this, that his shirts have red clown hair.
I do not remember the blue on his shirt. It's too much blue with the earth there.
Last question. Which decade do you remember Powerade being sold?
First being sold.
It doesn't say first.
I know. I meant to say first being sold. So, guys in the chat, give me a decade. When do you remember Powerade first being sold? Pushing Button says 90s.
90s? Yeah.
Absolutely.
90s for Jeff. Okay. 90s for Bliss Bagel as well, and Noise Guru.
It better not be the 60s or some crazy.
That's an excellent name, by the way.
It's been from the 20s. Just
No.
like all these breakfasts.
Joe Bloor is 90s. Michael Russum is 2010s. Pushing Button says 100% 90s. All right, we can go on.
I should steal that name. Call me Bliss Bagel from now on.
Rudy P, welcome, says 2000s. And Everjosh is here, welcome. But also says 2000s. Angels Don't Fall is 90s to 2000s, but it's not. Go ahead, Jeff. No, you didn't read it. Go back.
Oh.
Look at
It
the
is-
RA merge. Sorry, go on.
It is possible that it wasn't sold in my region, maybe. I have no memory of the logos prior to the mid-1990s. I do not remember Powerade being Gatorade like option until I went to college in 1995.
Super Mario is saying 1988, still wrong. Later 90s for Michael Fontaine, still wrong. Okay, good.
Yeah, since the 50s.
No, not that bad.
Okay.
It is possible that it wasn't sold in my region.
That's the same.
Oh, that's a
quote.
dupe. You can go. I just want to show another picture.
Regardless of the decade you remember, do you remember the green and red runner logos? I have zero memory of these.
You guys remember the runner logo? Anyone? The green one?
Not
Can you
really.
zoom in on the right image? The logos with the years?
That blue thing looks right, or more right.
That's what I remember, the blue one.
Powerade wasn't a thing for me till around 94, 95.
Same. I remember the blue one, 95.
Yeah,
so
me too.
88 was close, but not. It's not 87 rate. It is 89, but I don't remember it. I don't remember that.
No.
It was the mid 90s for me.
Unless it started as a regional brand.
That's what I
in a
said.
small
Unless
area.
it wasn't sold in my
Yeah.
region.
I don't know.
That's possible.
The blue one is what I know, and exactly the right era there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I've never seen that green logo.
Me either.
And everybody said, nope, no, nope, never, no.
So what do you think? Are any of these different from your memory? Could any of these be Mandela effects?
Oh, that top. Sorry.
100% is for me. And the rooftops look wrong, so they may be too. Let me know what you remember in the comments below.
Now that you finally posted that top right one with the white or grayish roof, it just, the green looks so wrong in comparison.
Yes, that's why I included it at the end. That's exactly why I included it at the end.
Although I've seen green roofs like that in Europe on stuff, so it, you know, it kind of merges two things in one, and then you're like, maybe it fits, but no, when you show it like that, like, nope, that's the way it was.
Yeah, I agree. Chris, would you like to read the next one that Jeff pulls out?
Yeah, I can read. Are you bringing it up, Jeff?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I was like, I don't know where we are in Flickr.
Noise Guru says, my childhood was sponsored by Gatorade, so we weren't allowed to see these.
Does anyone remember chewing the Gatorade gum?
I actually liked that.
Yeah, I love that stuff. I was like, this gum is hydrating me.
Well, that's not true, Rudy. Rudy says on the Empire State Building, it's a proper name, so there would be no the. I'm Rudy, not the Rudy. But if you were, I don't know, name a star. I don't know why John Stewart popped in my head, but the John Stewart. You know what I'm saying?
Well, in English, personal names are different than, you know, there's no article with personal names in English. That's not a relevant comparison.
Like the Statue of Liberty instead of Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, proper names.
Coliseum. We don't call it Coliseum. It's the Coliseum.
German does sometimes use the article with the name, so you can say, Ich heiße der Christopher. You know, I am the Christopher.
Or here's another one. The Leaning Tower of Pisa. You don't call it Leaning Tower of Pisa. It's the Vatican. We don't call it Vatican. It's the Vatican.
Right.
Yeah.
Like everything usually has the. Not everything. Like Buckingham Palace is just Buckingham Palace.
I mean, it's a case-by-case thing, but when you know it's supposed to be there, you're going to feel it when it's missing.
And not only that, it doesn't even say building on it anymore. It did.
No, it's just Empire State now.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense at all. That's stupid.
Okay. There is a new Earth phenomenon that is completely new to me, and I'm curious if it's new for you as well. Yes or no? Have you ever heard of a sand boil?
That's an easy no.
So yes or no in the chat. Have you ever heard of a sand boil?
Is that like a crab boil? Well, I mean, what is that? I have no idea. So no.
We're gonna. Okay, we'll get to it. So you're a no. Hey Kenraz, pushing button says no. Let's see. Michael Russum is a no. Joe Bloor is a no. Ken Raz is a no. Bliss Bagel is a no. Huberts is a no.
Yeah, Cubert.
Ken Raz is saying hi. Nope, not Clandig. This is like a weather phenomenon. Or a result of weather, or something. Actually, not just weather. Weather is one, but it's also a result. There's two reasons. There's two things that can cause this.
Oh, let's find out.
It is not alive, but it is moving.
What's moving?
It's moving, yes.
Is it worm sign?
No. Environmental, yes, Ken Raz. Not quicksand. All right, we can go on. They're going on to all different tangents now.
All right. In January 2022, I covered liquefaction, the process of solids turning into a liquid. Solids like soil that were tipping and sinking cargo ships, when the cargo liquefied, then solidified again on one side of the ship.
Yeah, I'd never heard of like dirt and sand becoming liquid due to the vibration of the ship. That's
Or do
called
they just mean
liquefaction.
it's behaving like a liquid? I don't know.
No, like it literally turns to liquid.
What?
Yes. And then it re-solidifies on one side of the ship and tips ships over. Yeah, Mandela effect. I covered it.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I have to look into that. Carry on.
It also happens during earthquakes, and that's how you get pictures like this. When the ground literally turns to liquid, sinks a house or a car, and then re-solidifies and gets the car and house stuck in those positions.
Those are funny. I mean, it's terrible, but they
It's
look
funny
ridiculous.
for us, but not for the car owner.
Yeah. There's Leaning Tower of liquefaction.
You can go on.
Carry on, Jeff.
Jeff, you there? Uh-oh.
He either fell asleep or stepped away. Maybe I had to.
Or his computer crashed.
Oh, there we go.
go.
Dankeschön. A sand boil or sand volcano is created when sand or soil is liquefied due to floods or earthquakes, and the pressure causes the liquefied dirt to rise to the surface.
Dirt to rise to the surface.
It
looks like a boil on the ground.
Oh, okay. I was hoping to see a whole sand geyser.
Well, we're going to see video, so. Go ahead, Jeff.
The only way to stop a sand boil is to create pressure. They use sandbags to make a well and fill it with water until the flow of sand stops. Okay, so it's like a sand slushy.
Slushy geyser, yeah.
Oh, I'm feeding the fish.
That doesn't make sense in this video because this sand volcano is already underwater.
Every time I come out here, I notice this thing.
Oh, I've seen this.
Beginning of the season, the beginning of the spring summer when I first started doing that this year, feeding fish this year. I noticed this little divot in the bottom off the shallow. I'm at the dock, by the way. Hi, Mom.
Hi.
And I'm pretty sure this is one of the springs that feeds the lake, and it brings sediment up to the surface. And it's been building this. Thank you, loud truck. It's been building this pimple underwater, this ginormous volcano pimple.
Ah,
And
he was
it
like dead on, didn't know it.
freaking looks like like an animated GIF or something. It's mesmerizing.
It is not the spring that fills up the
Yeah, it
lake.
keeps
What
building
happened
up
was
dirt, and you can see where the little columns of dirt go down every which way.
Can you pause this a sec?
I wonder if this will actually breach the water.
So it is not the spring that feeds the lake. What happened was there was either an earthquake or a flood near a levee in that area, which caused liquefaction underneath the lake and pushed up the liquefied sand to the surface under the water. That is what is happening. Yeah, Jack.
But you did say gift, so thanks for that.
Before winter sets in. Because, like I said, it started at the bottom as this little depression, and now it's just huge.
Oh,
it's like
cool.
Clouds of Jupiter. Oh, I'm feeding the fish.
Yeah, I didn't want to play too much of it because, yeah.
Destroying levees? There is a new way to stop them thanks to this recent invention.
This isn't the title of the article.
This new invention keeps sand boils from growing, multiplying, destroying levees.
Oh, that's the thing, they multiply. So, like, if the pressure is too great, a new one will form next to it. You'll get a whole line of them going down in a row.
This new invention is called driving a Chevy to the levee.
But the levee was dry.
Exactly. Cured.
Here's some other pictures of them.
Have you ever heard or seen these volcanoes before? I never heard of a sand boil or volcano until last year when I found this. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.
Yeah, brand new to me.
Yeah, that's,
Jeff. Okay. No, screw it. I'm gonna do the Jacob one. That's all. And then I could do the last two, or one of you can do the last one. But I want to do the Jacob one. I think that's next, right?
Yep.
Awesome.
There we go.
Thank you. One of my favorite psychological and theological thrillers is the 1990 movie Jacob's Ladder, starring Tim Robbins. Now, guys, bear with me. If you haven't seen this film, you may still be able to answer the questions. Oh, you skipped one. Didn't you? Oh, maybe you didn't. Okay, sorry. You can let it play. There's no sound. It's just so they can see. It's 1971, and the main character, Jacob Singer, is serving in the Vietnam War. His platoon is seen joking around while a yellow-orange smoke floats through the air, a chemical that they are about to react to. You just see it floating around, all around them. Whether you saw the movie or not, what was the name of this chemical that the government unwillingly tested on Vietnam soldiers? If no one knows, there is a hint on the next slide. But wait, let them answer before the hint. Please answer IDK if you don't know, but already we have Bliss Bagel with Agent Orange. There is a serious plot twist to this movie. Pushing buttons is Pushing buttons is Agent Orange. Mr. Super Sidewinder says mustard gas.
No. And supposedly it was an herbicide to clear the vegetation.
Michael Russum says Agent Orange. Joe Bloor, some kind of LSD. Welcome, the Honorable Honest Hunter O'Biden, who says Agent Tangerine Orange.
That's a
It's
more
like
advanced
one of the closest to real answer you've ever given.
Kool-Aid flavors.
Hubert says Agent Orange. Splatter says DDT. Kenraz says DDT. We can go on. The hint was agent. We can go on. I learned of Agent Orange because of this movie. Agent Orange is an herbicide that they dropped in the jungle to get the Viet Cong to come out of hiding. But they were no longer drugged with Agent Orange in the film.
The hallucinogenic drug BZ was used in experiments on soldiers during the Vietnam War.
Do you remember B as in boy, Z as in zebra, BZ? They called it the ladder in the film. I have no memory of BZ or them calling it the ladder in the film. It was Agent Orange. Now you can play it, please.
Even a bad trip, and believe me, I've had my share, did not compare to the fury of the ladder. That's what they called it. A fast trip, straight down the ladder, right to the primal fear. Right.
The hallucinogenic drug BZ was used in experiments on soldiers during the Vietnam War.
Even a bad trip, and believe me, I've had my share, did not compare to the fury of the ladder. That's what they called it. A fast trip, straight down the ladder, right to the primal fear. Right.
Read the red box with the, it's 3 what? I can't see it. And Jeff can't zoom. It's a video.
At the end of the film, a message is displayed saying that reports of testing of BZ NATO code for a deliriant and hallucinogen known as 3-quinquidinol benzylate in U.S. soldiers during the Vietnam War were denied by the Pentagon.
Having gone. Michael Russell, no, never heard of it. Joe Bloor, no, that wasn't Vietnam. Here's another question. Do you remember learning of any other agent colors? Yes or no in the chat. Besides Agent Orange, do you remember any other agent colors?
Agent Smith.
That's not a color.
Yet.
Yet. Michael Russum says no. Pushing Buttons says nope. And Jeff and Chris, feel free.
Negative.
Answer. Dunno is a no. Anyone else? All right, Jeff, we can go on. Agent Flesh from Joe Bloor. Just kidding. Jeff, are you there?
I told Sandy I learned about this from the German thrash band Sodom. Had an album called Agent Orange, to all my 80s thrash geeks out there. Jeff might be falling asleep.
Yeah, he might be.
He warned us. He tried to warn us.
Hold on for a minute. He is muted. Nope, there we go. I have never heard of the rainbow agents or rainbow chemicals. Only Agent Orange. But there were agents blue, purple, pink, green, yellow, brown, and white too. Are these new for you as well? Anyone ever heard of these? And it says, what are the rainbow chemical agents? Agent Pink, Agent Green, Agent Purple, Agent Blue, Agent White, and of course, Agent Orange. I have never heard of the agent colors of the rainbow.
No, that's Skittles.
We're talking about rainbows next. The last presentation is rainbows. All right, Jeff, you can go on. Jacob's Ladder, a proxy war. Below it says, flooded by memories of the war and possibly being damaged by the ladder. So that is current reality. The drug was BZ, the ladder. Now we're getting some residue. New to me, says Michael Russum. Rainbow agents, of course. I know, right? So keeping in mind that Jacob died in 1971 in the film, veterans who served anywhere in Vietnam between January 9th, 1962 and May 7th, 1975 are presumed to have been exposed to herbicides, and herbicides were the agents. Agents Orange, rainbow agents, including Agent Orange. In this article, Jeff, can you zoom in on the green box, please? Thank you. Having those two emotions back to back is very telling of the stigma against mental illness, especially in the military, and maybe more so in Vietnam than any other war. The U.S. government treated afflicted soldiers this way, only acknowledging providing restitution for the Agent Orange scandal when they were hit with a class action suit. The soldiers permanently damaged by that harmful chemical were not compensated for the trauma caused to their minds. So they were talking about this in context to Jacob's Ladder. There's an image of the film right there. Agent Orange, not BZ the ladder. Go on. Guys, in the film, they were fed the agent. It wasn't an herbicide at all.
What?
The stuff floating in the air meant nothing. They were fed BZ. They were fed the ladder. They were shown eating beforehand. That is a major Mandela for me.
That's according to the. Are you saying that's according to the current movie? They were fed it.
Yes.
What?
Now can we zoom in on those green blocks? The top one first. Oh no, not the top. I mean the top box. Okay, let me just read a little bit before there for the context. I'm due for another rewatch, but I'd say Agent Orange is irrelevant to his purgatory. So he's saying they were dosed with Agent Orange, but it's irrelevant to what he went through. Next box. I thought the weed they were smoking was tainted with the Agent Orange. Can we move on a little bit more? Move a little bit more.
Scroll right.
Okay, maybe it is at the top. Go back to the top. Like the question. No, I hope I showed it where it says that it was in the food, but go on. It's in the food now. You have to take my word for it if I had to put it in here. Is any of this a Mandela for you? Everything is 100% wrong for my history. Let me know what you remember in the comments below. So again, you can look it up in the movie. Now they did a remake that I didn't even know about. But in the 1990 film that I saw, they were dosed with Agent Orange from the gas in the air. Yeah. But now they're fed BZ, the ladder, which makes them kill one another. And then there were never rainbow chemicals. It was just Agent Orange in my past. And like I said, they didn't eat it. They were dosed. with Agent Orange, not use either ladder. So there's 3 Mandela effects with Jacob's ladder and Agent Orange. That hit me hard. And now we're on the last one, and I just want to point out, that's my Silas, but it's not. That's not my cat, but that looks identical to my cat. And if you don't believe me, there's a video on my channel of how my cat drinks water, well, before he passed away, how he was like, he drove me nuts. He wouldn't drink from a water bowl. He would only drink from the sink. So if I didn't want to get up, I had this whole contraption set up where I had like a Tupperware bowl and then like a Wawa plastic cup with a lid. And then I got a water bottle, and I would shoot the water bottle on top of the lid, and he'd drink the water coming out of that. It would land in the thing, and I'd have to go dump it. It was a whole process. So there's a video of my cat drinking water. That looks identical. Like, that could be his brother from the same litter. That's insane. That's why I included it. But rainbows again. I know. How much more rainbow can our world get? Well, apparently a lot more. First, I want to show you rainbow phenomenon that is new to me, and then we will move on to a new rainbow Mandela. I have seen multiple photos with this weird inverted rainbow halo. Is it a filter? Probably. But everyone who posted photos like this were surprised to see the rainbows there. Have any of you ever seen photos that look like this? It's got this weird line and then a rainbow. I've never seen this before.
That's shields.
Yeah, shield, like a rainbow shield.
Never. No, this is weird.
It is weird. Next. Rainbows are light reflecting through water droplets. So the next two things are possible. I just have never seen it before. Have you seen water from the faucet light up rainbow from light coming through a window before? So yes or no, have you ever seen this? 3 different people posted images of rainbow water.
Well, no, but that all depends on the window pane, because if they've got bevels and carving and stuff, they will create that. Like I had a rainbow reflection in my living room the other day because it was bouncing off, or in my bedroom because it was bouncing off this little it was bouncing off my bathroom mirror that has a little edged outlet thing, you know.
A bevel, that's the right word. You had it right.
Yeah, so it's, I mean, this is totally believable.
Like I said, it is believable. It's going through water, which refracts the light. But
well, no, I don't think the water's. I don't think the water's creating the effect. I think the window is creating the effect.
Oh yes, 100%. Like I said, I've just never seen this before, where it lights up the water.
Happens to line up just right for the water, which is a cool effect. But yeah, with billions of people around the world, this is going to happen in a couple houses, you know, with beveled windows.
We can go on. It's all news in the
that
chat.
middle one, that middle rainbow looks weird though. What are
it does? This looks weird. Or steam from your coffee or tea flashing rainbow. I cannot say if the colors of the video have been enhanced, but I didn't edit anything. But there's a photograph where it's that colorful, and then there's one where it's just slightly colorful in the spin, in the little corkscrew. But have you ever seen steam like this? Now they do switch angles. Wait till they switch the angle. Hold on. They get on top of it. I think they enhanced the color, in my opinion.
But this is also just like if you have, again, it's about placement. It's like if there is a
Why is it not on the cup? Why is it not on the
reflective
cup of the table, though?
reflective surface that's projecting across the room, the steam is going to show it, you know.
Yes, but wouldn't it also reflect off the cup?
Well, not necessarily if the beam is going higher, you know.
That's true.
Like if there's a rainbow reflection created in a room, steam will capture. I feel like this is a clever placement, you know.
Okay, but the one with the corkscrew, the colors do not follow the color of the rainbow.
What? Oh, the top left.
Yes.
I don't know what's going on there, or the bottom left. What's going on with the green and red flame?
Right. Well, that's steam, but not flame. But yeah.
Well, the bottom left is super weird. I don't know what's going on there. That looks like you're burning weird chemicals.
That's a bowl of rice with steam coming out of it.
And yeah, the top left, just to have one little blue curl, is weird.
Well, it's actually blue, pink, and yellow. If you look closer.
Really?
You can't zoom in. It's a video.
Seemingly at once.
Okay, so the Action Lab talked about a phenomenon where the bubbles of the surface of a hot drink split in an even pattern. It's the rainbows on the surface of the hot chocolate that caught my attention. So we have rainbow bubbles.
But it's not instantaneous. The cascade moves at about 1 meter per second, which is about the seemingly at once. But it's not instantaneous. The cascade moves at about 1 meter per second, which is about the seemingly at once.
I've never seen rainbow bubbles on the top of my coffee before, or hot chocolate. I have worn polarized sunglasses exclusively for the last 25 years. I have never seen rainbows like this because of my polarized lenses. Have you? Polarized lenses. Has anyone ever worn polarized sunglasses? Have you ever seen rainbows like this? Like the street rainbow? Anyone? I never have.
They bought some cheap sunglasses.
No, polarized lenses are the more expensive ones.
CZ Top does not approve.
This could also be the result of a polarized filter on the camera. But people are claiming this is how the ocean looked. Just taking a picture with their phone out of the airplane window. Do you remember rainbow oceans while flying?
Bottom left is believable. The other two are weird.
Agreed. Here's more. The one on the top left looks like they painted it onto me. But there are quite a few pictures of people posting images from airplanes where the ocean looked rainbow to them, according to them.
I wonder how that would happen.
This one, I believe, they took a series of shots that even shows rainbow reflecting off of the airplane. This one I am calling invisible rainbows. These people claim you could not see the rainbow at all until they looked through polarized lenses. But since they did not provide a photo of the sky alone, I can't confirm if this is real or not. But would you be surprised if it was real? I wouldn't. So they're claiming if you take the or the sunglasses away, that you wouldn't see a rainbow there. That's what they're claiming. That it's only showing up because the polarization is there.
I can imagine that maybe being the case, or it's very faint, and then, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, where it's faint but not invisible, right. We have covered fire rainbows before, but these are the first I've seen touching the ground. So fog fire rainbows, maybe? These are new to me. You guys remember fog fire rainbows? Where rainbows literally laying on the ground? Because that's what it looks like with the island on the top left. It looks like there's a rainbow on the island. Just lying on top of it. Can you zoom in on those photos, please, Jeff? Each one.
That's weird. Dog fire.
So weird.
It's almost like the Aurora Borealis, but just down to earth. Especially that bottom right.
Wait. Stay there, Jeff. Stay on that one. You know they tell you that we can see like red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and then there's like the invisible indigo? Are we seeing the invisible indigo there? Because I see like a whitish thing on the end. You see what I'm saying? Is everyone seeing that? Yes, we've covered black rainbows, Super Mario.
Black rainbows.
Yeah. There's all sorts of rainbows. There's fog bows, moon bows, rainbows around the sun, rainbows around the moon.
You know, I was a child of the 80s and early in the 90s, and when they had those fluorescent marker packs, I really was into like neon everything. And I was like, I'm buying a neon marker pack. We got neon yellow, neon green, neon blue, neon black. I thought the black was different in the pack because they always put a black in. You know, like neon black.
There was a neon black?
No, but they put a black marker in the pack with all the other fluorescent things, and I thought,
oh, okay.
I'm like, yeah, a neon black.
Okay, on to the Mandela effect. That led me to finding all that other stuff that I showed you. This has to do with rainbows in a specific place. Yes or no? Were rainbow swamps and rainbow swamp water part of your path? Yes or no?
Wait, where's the rainbow?
It's not there. I'm not showing it yet.
Okay, well, because I live in a swamp area. These things are, yeah, like these cypress things. This is for real.
Pushing button says nope. Wendy says no.
I don't know what a rainbow swamp would be. Sounds
okay,
like
so it's a no for you?
Yeah, rainbow swamp, that sounds like no. Hard no.
Pushing button says Neverglades.
That's genius. You guys are so clever.
They are. Michael Russum says no.
Neverglades.
That would be off Angels Don't Fall. Off. 100%. No is a no. No, they were not, Joe Bloor. My Trapper Keeper was awesome. It lasted for years. I had a Lisa Frank Trapper Keeper.
Trapper Keepers for the win.
Ryu is I don't think so. Joe Bloor is a no. Bliss Bagel is a no. Pushing Button says thanks, Chris. All right, we can go on, Jeff.
You earned it, sir.
They were not in my past. And there are two different types of rainbow swamps. The first one is the obvious. The light is filtered through the trees, causing rainbow light to scatter across the swamp and reflect off the still water. Do you guys recall this?
That is cool.
I've never seen this before. I'm going to show you more pictures on the next one. Maybe you did, Joe. If so, you should try to get one of the old ones from eBay and compare. Because they're awesome. They're awesome. So here's more pictures of the sunlight version. I've never heard of someone saying, hey, You should go check out swamps in Florida and check out the rainbows. Never. Not once.
This is the disco swamp.
Mhm. These are
Look at that
different
bottom
swamps.
right. There's no way the bottom right thing is real.
It is. It's on an actual national park website.
It's like
Vanity.
hot pink and
I know. They advertise this as one of the things like you should come see the swamp for. I can't. All right, go on. Now notice the difference in this color rainbow. The second type is actual rainbow water, which becomes visible, that's supposed to be when, not when the light hits the water. It's caused by decaying leaves, pine cones, and pine needles, which adds oil to the swamp water. Again, makes sense. Never ever heard of it. Never ever saw it before.
yeah, that's like rainbow swamp algae.
Mm-hmm.
That it's cool, but it looks a little bit gross.
Mm-hmm.
Never heard of that.
Yeah.
I do literally drive down a road that has a swamp, and I definitely have never seen any of these things. But they could be very special, rare moments, but a lot of this looks surreal and crazy.
I agree. So this type of rainbow you can interact with. If you stick a stick in it, you can mix the colors around.
Is that the bottom left?
Yep.
What? That would be it. It looks awesome. It's a magical swamp. It's probably going to lure you in.
Michael Russin, happy little swamp. Oh, that's good. Go ahead. You're going to see an advertisement. An array of colors at First Landing State Park. If you happen to visit First Landing State Park at just the right time, you might see people see, look, there's one of the pictures of like the crazy rainbow lines of light. People transfixed at the edge of one of the cypress swamps, just like you said, cypress. I've been there and excitedly said aloud, "What?"
What?
So no one in particular, while wearing a way silly grin. Why, you ask? Because I saw this rainbow water for the first time. Of course you did. What really gets me is the parks advertise both rainbow phenomenon to attract visitors to the swamps. Have you ever heard of this happening or seen pictures of this before? I
What's
have
supposed
not.
to be creating this?
Light and oil from the pine needles and the pine. So the cypress would be the light phenomenon, and swamps that have pine trees and leaves with an oil coating would cause this.
So it's not like a prism off in the distance. It's
no.
This is literally like an
that would be
oily
a gigantic
sheen
prism
on the water. This is
no.
like
No. There's an oily sheen on the water for some, and the other ones are simply caused by light without a prism. Which doesn't make sense, I know.
Well, which one is this?
This one's the light. Cypress trees. This is the light going across the water. You can tell the difference because the light one seems to hover above the water, whereas the other one, the water itself is rainbow colors.
Yeah, it just looks strange.
Yeah, go on, Jeff. See, like that one, the water is actually rainbow.
Yeah, that looks like an oil puddle.
Are any of these Mandela effects for you? Are any of these easily explainable? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.
That's the most believable one so far.
I agree.
That looks like scum, oily scum.
But again, never heard of this, never saw pictures of this. And it's like
Yeah.
a well-known thing that if you visit the swamp at the right time, you might see rainbows.
Well, I'm gonna start looking because I live in the swamp, so I'm gonna be watching for rainbows.
And if you see it, take some pictures.
Yeah, that's news to me.
And that's it, everyone. Anything else you guys want to talk about? Oh, wait. Were we supposed to show a video? We were. Chris McGee.
What?
We have a video.
We
For
do?
the whiteboard. Yes.
I gotta go right now because I'm crashing.
All right. It's just a quick video anyway. It's all right. It's a short. I believe Angels Don't Fall sent it at the beginning of the show. It's
But
all
did
right,
you
Jeff.
send
You
it
can
to
go
me?
if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to bed.
All right. Have a good night,
Thanks,
Jeff.
Jeff. Good night.
Yeah, good night, guys.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So it's the one that you said that was playing music, and I said to mute it, and you said then we wouldn't be able to hear them talk. Remember in the beginning of the show?
Oh.
And
Yeah.
you told me to remind you.
That's exactly why I said it. So I still have that open in this other tab over here.
Yeah, you have to stop presenting, and then. Oh, I just put your tornadoes back up. Yep. You have to stop presenting and re-present.
So do you want me to mute this though, or?
No, don't mute it. We're at
Okay.
the end of the show. We should be fine.
All right. It's kind of chaotic, but we'll see what happens.
Okay, so this comes from Angels Don't Fall. It's residue of the Lion and the Lamb, correct?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, it's hashtag Lion and Lamb, Mandela effect.
Here we go.
And I think it's kind of in the middle already, but here we go.
Sun, when the lion lays down with the lamb, we have peace. When Aries and the sun and enter in Aries, and you have two things that occur. Either the sun consumes the ram, burns the ram, which is a burnt offering, or it lays down with the lamb. When the lion lays down with the lamb, we have peace. When Aries and the sun and enter in Aries.
Nice, Angels Don't Fall. Very nice.
So you have the guy on the whiteboard explaining Lion laying down with the lamb. You have a heavy metal song about Lion laying down. Does anyone know what the song is? Because I don't know
Angels
that.
Don't Fall. It's Angels Don't Fall's video, so Angels Don't Fall probably does know the song. Angels Don't Fall. Do you know the name of the song you use?
The ram burns the ram, which is a burnt offering, or it lays down with the lamb. When the lion lays down with the lamb, we have.
I'm very much into the Christian metal scene, but I do not recognize that song. I'm not an authority, but I would love to know what song it was.
Song is Wooden Jesus by Great White.
Great White, okay, which is not a Christian band, but they did clearly quote the line. So, yeah, double whammy there. But like I said, it's a little chaotic because it's all at once.
Now, before we go, is there anything else you want to see that you missed? Because you have access to Flickr. Because you haven't been here for a couple weeks.
Nah, it's 4:45 a.m. I should go to bed before dawn.
Oh my goodness, I didn't even realize the time.
I could keep going forever on this, but I have to sometimes acknowledge that I'm an embodied soul.
Yes, we have responsibilities in life besides doing shows. All right,
this
guys.
was really fun.
It's the best, isn't it?
It's a great show tonight.
Thank you. You helped make it a great show, and so did the chat, and so did Jeff. You guys are awesome. I am going to just remind everyone to please, obviously, send prayers. I know you're all praying, and I thank you. But if you can, please donate, and if you can't, please share. Everything's linked in the description. I'm going to put the links at the bottom of the screen if I can find them. Where's that ticker stuff? Oh, the banner. So there. I'm going to have this playing during the outro. All right, guys. From all of us at After Dark, I hope you have a wonderful night, well, morning, and if you're in the U.S., happy Memorial Day, and we'll see you next week. Have a great night, everyone.
Good night. Thank you.
Smash the tube, smash the tube, smash the tube, smash the tube. Turn the strap off, 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 please turn it off. Why must we watch Friends? 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 I've seen this show about 1,000,000 times. Not even funny when I'm drunk or high. Why must we watch Friends? 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 I'm telling you now for the 100th time. To change the channel, this show is a crime. Why must we watch Friends? 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 That laugh track is so annoying to me. They wouldn't need it if the show was funny. Why must we watch Friends? 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 There's so much better ways to spend my day than watch TV sing down a cat so smelly. Why must we watch Friends? 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 Why must we watch Friends?